is ridiculous. Thank you. Let the discussion continue.
Thank you, Dengi Dayak. Is Atem Kunja Abraham? You want to say something? I see you raise your hand. Is your turn or is Atem Kunja? Because on my screen is Atem Kunja. But I see you want to say something. Abraham. Okay, Atem Kunja, go ahead.
Thank you. I was going to shut down your internet if you were not to give me the chance this time. I would like to say greetings to moderators, speakers, and everyone in the room. As most of the things have been said earlier, and I think Sister Apuk touched a lot of things that I was going to talk about. The question is, was this discussed in the parliament? Where do the members of government of national unity stand on this? When you say the government decision, is it a decision that is being debated and accepted by all the political parties who are partner in the government? Because that's going to affect a lot of people.
Very good
majority.
Question, Kunjo.
Yeah.
That's a very good question. Thank you. Go ahead.
Very quick.
Guys, those of you on Facebook and YouTube, I sent out the link on the comment section, so you can click that link and come on. So this is open discussion, how you can feel about the shutdown of the media in South Sudan. So click that link and you can join me in the studio, and then let us discuss. Okay? So because this is this is very important for all being citizens of South Sudan to come and talk about it. So I send the link out, and then you guys click that link and follow the direction. You can come. And those of you in South Sudan, you guys have, what time is it now in your area in South Sudan? Let me see. Right now it's 11:33 a.m. p.m. in Juba time. So you guys have 27 minutes for Facebook and Twitter to be shut down in the country. So you have 27 minutes to join me on live video. So you can join. And also for those of you, Lake State Media headquarters is based in the United States. So even though the Facebook is shut down in South Sudan, Lake State Media will still continue live. We will be continue live on Facebook and YouTube and other media platforms. So we are available. So whenever you want to get the news information, we have our website, lakestatemedia.org.com, and you can visit that there. We will post the news there. So we still continue to bring news to you. So we will not stop our work. So Lake State Media is still continue to work as usual. So the shutdown of media in South Sudan will not affect Lake State Media. So it will affect our team on the ground, but it will not affect our live show like interview or another thing. We still continue doing that. So I put down the link and continue. We have open discussion in Clubhouse. If you want to go there in Clubhouse and join there, and I will bring people in Clubhouse here and discuss. So while why is not bring? Oh, I think that's yeah, Nisib. How are you? So let me put this off for a second so that we can discuss here, and then I will bring people in Clubhouse in. Yeah, turn aside, yeah. Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you, Nasib.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So this is the open discussion. I've sent out the link, guys. So if you want to join us in the studio, feel free. I could disconnect very quick, and while we discuss these issues in live in Lake Media Studio, and then later on when we finish, we'll bring people in Clubhouse in to weigh in about this. So, Nisib Majo Makur, what do you think about this news regarding the shutdown of social media in South Sudan? How is this going to affect the citizen life in the country? And why did the government take this decision to shut down the social media in the country? And social media in this country is the network, connect people around the world. If the government decision to shut down the communication between the citizen with their loved one across the continent, this is not right. I do condemn this. Government take a wrong decision on this, and I'm calling President Republic of South Sudan, President Salva Kiir Mayardit, to listen to the voice of the citizen. Please not shut down the social media in the country. That's my message. So, Nisib, welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much, Abraham Adit. And to our viewers, wherever you are, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. Yeah, the question is so clear and valid that do you agree or do you welcome the decision made by the government of South Sudan this very evening hours in Juba time or Africa time? To me, Nasib, and to the viewers, I disagree with the decision due to the following reasons. Number one, Nasib, shutting down a platform where citizens express their views, their opinions, is an attempt of actually scrapping away the freedom of speech in the constitution. Secondly, social media is the only platform that connects South Sudan with other world. It makes every citizens acquaint themselves with the world affairs. If anything happen here in the United States of America or Australia or Canada or China or another part of the world, the citizens who are in South Sudan will be quick to know what is happening in that country. And as many people always say that information is a power, the attempt by the government to block all this, especially TikTok and Facebook, is a threat to freedom of speech. And is also a threat to the freedom of gaining knowledge and knowing what is happening around you. Thirdly, our government has given us a very vague and vulgar reasons, citing the reason to why they came up with that decision is simply because of horrific videos that circulate on social media, and we have seen them in regard to the killing and brutal murdering of our people in Sudan. One may ask himself, how possible is it you block the way that normally give you information to what is being done to your fellow citizens by the neighboring leadership or neighboring state? If it were not because of social media, and most especially TikTok, I'm pretty sure we would have not been in a position to know the atrocities being committed by the leadership of Sudan against South Sudanese. And we should be grateful for that as South Sudanese. The only thing that we were expecting from our government is to act with a quick response on how to repatriate and rescue South Sudanese who are still in Sudan now that need help. Nasib, to be honest to you and our viewers, even last night, I still received like 4 different videos where fellow citizens are South Sudanese being killed in Sudan, even in Darfur region. And the number of killing is rampantly increasing every day. I received a clip of video whereby they tie up all South Sudanese and they run over them with the lorry. These are so devastating. And we were not expecting our governments to ban this mode of knowing what is happening. But now it has happened. It gives us to know that our government is so much caring about the government of Sudan rather than his own citizens. We have realized our government is so much caring about the oil more than the life of citizens. Otherwise, you cannot disadvantage your own citizens for the sake of the other people's interests. The fourth one is, and the viewers, social media has really connected us, especially the diaspora community, South Sudanese. Those South Sudanese who are in diaspora always feel like they're at home simply because of social media. It connected people in diaspora with their communities and even at the grassroots level. It connected them with their nation. It connected them with their government. But now, blocking all this, it's like you are disconnecting us from knowing what is happening in our country. So it's really sad to get side news from our government, but we believe maybe they will reconsider their position. Otherwise, there must be something hidden from the public not to see. To conclude, viewers, I know this tool has been tested in several countries in Africa and did not work. All these countries that always experience challenges and government changes and all that, the coup and the transfer of power and all that, they always try that to block all the media outlet in order to prevent information not to reach to the public. But at the end, the citizens of that particular country always get the information, and the change will always get to effect. So if there is a certain hidden agenda, what driven the government into these decisions, then that thing is not new. And many of you might be aware of it. It might happen or it might not. And if it happens, definitely we'll still get information. But this period, it will be hard. I'm not mindful about the people in South Sudan or what is happening in the government, but I'm so worried about the people who are in Sudan. These people were using social media to mobilize ourselves and see how best we can help these people. But South Sudanese in the diaspora cannot extend the hand of help if there is no South Sudanese at the grassroots level. It is sad, but we have no options than to accept and share our opinions. Others are celebrating it, and majority are condemning it due to the negative impact this decision will create on us. Number two, the decision has come at the wrong time, where we are very keenly following the activities that are being committed in Sudan. We are so much interested with what is happening with our people in Sudan, not with what is happening in South Sudan government, because we are aware of that. Nothing is new in our government. But our people being slaughtered is really sad. Thank you, Nasib. I will yield it back to you so that you give chance to the members in the clubhouse. And I've seen some people are joining us. And thank you. Unmute yourself, Nasib.
Yeah, apparently you are in here. I don't know if you are in South Sudan because you have left with 14 minutes for the network to get off on air on Facebook and Twitter. I will give you this chance. So go ahead, Ability. So Ability follow up, he will be back. Some of you, I know you have 14 minutes left to be at midnight there. And that's the deadline that the Facebook will be disconnected. Let us, you are absolutely right, Nasib, because of if we can see the crisis happening with Medani and Al Jazeera in Sudan, we have seen horrible pictures and videos that are coming out from that area, that our innocent civilians be killed. If this is the reason why the government is taking this decision to shut down the social media in the country, okay, so that means that you guys are supporting what happened in Medani and Al Jazeera for killing the innocent civilian in a horrible way. Okay, if we can win it, let me give you guys, you government of South Sudan, example. When President of the United States, the former President Joe Biden, shut down the TikTok on Sunday, okay, the new President Trump come in and restated, and TikTok now is back on air in the United States. Why they did that is because the citizen went out, the United States, the American people went out and condemned that the decision that the government made, that to ban the TikTok in the United States. And the president, the new president, came in and said, okay, he listened to the citizen, and he restated the decision that the former president gave. And then the TikTok now is back on air in the United States. So social media is a tool for communication around the world. I understand what you guys make that decision, because there is a lot of hate speeches and propaganda social media. Yes, I got that. Some of South Sudanese people, they are abusing social media. They misuse social media the way that not supposed to be used. They use social media where they can come, make a lot of trade, insult each other, put out a propaganda in social media, in Facebook in particular, and TikTok. I get that. We got that. But that's not the position that you can take as a government to take away the communication from the citizen. Okay? So this is not a right thing to do. So freedom of speech is very important. You have to respect freedom of speech. If social media, you take away the social media in the country, that means that you are not a democratic government. You are a dictatorship government. Okay? And we don't need South Sudan to be that country. Okay? We don't need South Sudan to be like China, to be like Russia, to be like others. We need a freedom of speech, freedom of media, of express. We need that. So for that, South Sudan is a country, as you can see, sexual event, for instance. Some of sexual events be done like wrestling, bring a joy to the citizen around the country. Okay, and other sexual event. If you ban a Facebook, those events will be out. So those sexual events that the citizens, the youth are enjoying, go and wrestle, do other activities. You take away all of that. Do you think you will be safe? Do you think that you will be safe when you take away the social media in the country? You will not be safe. You are creating more conflict problem in the country. Why I say that, Jinobin? Why I say that is because I say that because the youth are enjoying other sexual events. If you took those away and they are watching, even there is a wrestling happening in board, and I live in Lake State, and I could not make it to that wrestling event, I will go to my Facebook and see the event live. Okay, that will take a negative feeling from as a youth staying in Mura in cattle camp. The negative that I'm going to go and looting other person cow in other cattle camp. So it's already engaged me watching this wrestling event. But if you take away this media, this Facebook or TikTok and other social media platform in the country, okay, what can I do? I will sit and do nothing. I'm boring. What I will come to my mind is that, okay, I'm going to go to other cattle camp to go and looting other cow, other person cow. What did you do here? You create a more conflict into the citizen life. Yeah, government. Yeah, South Sudan government. Why don't you think those things? In critical way, why don't you think those? Before you make that decision, you take away, you will ban the social media. You create a problem to yourself. Okay? You will create more problems with yourself. As the country, you guys don't even have a job to engage the citizen, the youth, to go to work. Most of them, they are engaged in social media. Now you close down social media, what they will do? Ask yourself the question. This is a question go to you, government of South Sudan. What they will do now you close down what they are engaging in social media in the country. Okay? So that's my message to you guys. So I know you got left with 7 minutes for Facebook to close down. I'm taking that message to you. Take that with you. Ability, even you are South Sudan, let me give you this chance. Go ahead. What do you think about this closing down the social media in South Sudan? Welcome.
Okay, thank you. I'm by name Ability, as you put it. Actually, this thing, I have no ideas because it is a failed government. If someone fails, then they fail to do anything else to the citizens or anything that will favor the citizen as well. So whatever they're doing or whatever they're following right now, or what is taking place in South Sudan right now, we are just like whatever the comments that you do this, we don't think this thing will benefiting us. So I don't have much because I'm not surviving on them. There are a lot that are going on in South Sudan, so we don't really focus on them. Whatever they said, we just hear as if it is a small child that has commanded or that has made these orders. So in my view, shutdown of social media, it has no sense and it will not make sense at all. I thought these orders will come of the exchange rate or the increasement of the commodities in the market. This is where the orders should be focused, and this is will favor the citizen, the poor citizen that are dying now. As it came as a shutdown on Facebook, I don't know, but I'm still going to hear from them. What is the reasons? And everything has a reason. Maybe there's a plan. They have a plan. Otherwise, there is a setup. As my understanding on this. Thank you, the host and the media watchers, viewers. South Sudan is a hunting ground. The citizens at the forest in their own country and the self trades at the same time, and anytime they will be. So I'm not in South Sudan right now. I'm just outside of the board, and I'm also hearing that they shut down the what the Facebook and all these media houses. So thank you. We have nothing to do and we have nothing to say. They just say damn government that is ruling us, and there will be a time for them to attain this useless leadership. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Ability. So thank you. So I hope you, where you at, there will be no outage of network. If you are in South Sudan, you have 4 minutes. So for that 4 minute left, for those of you who have been citizen of the Republic of South Sudan, I'm really sorry for what happened, what your government doing to you. This is really it's not the right thing to do. And also too, and I understand too the position what government did take, because there are a lot of misinformation that propaganda going on in social media. What you've been to, that misusing social media. So you guys are misusing social media, and government took that decision, because social media is not a place where you can come and attack and air out the propaganda media things. So it has a lot of things going on in social media we read. That's not the right thing to do. So you citizen too, you abuse your right to abuse your right by misusing the social media. Even those people who create this social media, Facebook, here in the United States where we are, the American people, they don't misuse the social media the way that Sudanese, South Sudanese are using it. And this is going across South Sudanese living in the diaspora too. South Sudanese diaspora, they are using that, misusing those people who are living in the United States, Canada, Australia. You guys are misusing social media. Okay? And this is the reason why I'm condemning the government of South Sudan, because even though you close down social media in South Sudan, these people who are doing negative propaganda or any other misusing the social media, these people, 50% or 60% are outside. They are not in South Sudan. And I know them. They are outside. Those people are misusing the TikTok and Facebook. They are outside. Majority of them. That's a few people are in the country are misusing the social media. Because these people in the diaspora, they have a freedom, whatever they want to do. They have access to internet. They don't care about the well-being of the people. But they don't know that the hate speech they are preaching in social media is affecting their own people back home. Like today, this will be the example of the government took this decision to shut down the social media in the country. It's because you guys are part of the problem. You citizens, you people in diaspora, you are a part of the problem. Some of you that call yourself you are opposition, you are against the government, and you cannot change the government through the social media. A majority of you are doing that. For the last 8 years, I've been here in social media. I've been listening to you, all of you, trashing your own government, through social media. You guys are misusing social media, and you come there, you are opposition, and you say that you are against the government. You cannot change the government through the social media, Jurubin. If you are see that the government of Salva Kiir is doing a wrong thing as opposition, you have to go on the ground and say that government, you are doing this wrong, A, B, C, D. And this is the right thing you should change, you want to bring. Yeah, Mading, I react. Thank you so much. Bye, my brother. Have a wonderful no. I know the Facebook is down now. Have a wonderful. I hope the government or Republic of South Sudan can reverse their decision. Okay, like the way that the American government did that. So they shut down TikTok one day for a few hours, not even one day. the few hours they shut and then they open it up. Sean, bold dude, thank you, my brother. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. We will, as we are citizens, we are here, we will preach. We will call the government of South Sudan to open up the Facebook so that you guys have a communication with your people. Chol, man, bye, my brother. Have a wonderful night. I hope government of South Sudan will release decision. Okay. Fred, thank you, my brother. Yerul I, my people. Bye. Have a wonderful night. And I hope so, your government will hear your voice, to reverse their decision. All of you who are watching in Juba, across South Sudan, okay, your freedom of speech has been taken away by your own government. Your freedom of speech has been taken away by your government. I'm reading your comment. My people. Samuel Mathiam, thank you, my brother. Bye, have a good night. Lake State Media is here for your voice. We are behind you. We will preaching, and government will reverse its decision to bring back social media as your tool. MC Lion, thank you, my nephew. Be safe. I know we're having a death in our family today. I'm not supposed to come live, but for this, for the people, for South Sudan, I come live today, even though I'm crying for the death in our family. But for what happened, millions of people will affect of this. That's why I put the death in our family behind me and come live. My sister, okay? Bye, my sister. I know it's a sad day. I'm cheering your all so your government can listen to you. Your government can listen to you. Can you see what happened? I'm sharing all your messages. The message that government took is not the right thing to do. And I'm calling for President of the Republic of South Sudan. I'm calling the President of the Republic of Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan. You know better than this. I always support you for the last 8 years. I've been here in social media to defend our nation through the opposition, because I don't want Kenya to come to that country. And I always fighting with opposition in this social media platform for the last 8 years, since the war break out in 2013. Seeing the war break out in 2013, I've been here in social media fighting because we don't want chaos to happen in that country. So took away the freedom of the citizen. It's not the right thing to do. Had the government, you are the government for the people, by the people, you should listen to your citizen. As you have seen for the last couple of weeks, when that incident, that horrible, inhuman, happened in Medellin and Al Jazeera, killing the civilian. Our citizens come out across the country, regardless, condemn the horrible killing. Alier, thank you, my brother. Have a wonderful night. I hope tomorrow morning, when you wake up, the government will reverse its decision not to close down social media in the country. Welding, have a wonderful night, my brother. And all of you in South Sudan, in 10 states and 3 administrations, those of you use social media for your government to take away your communication, to have a network, to have a communication with your loved one around the world. Your own government take away your communication. That means that your government is taking away your right. You citizens are supposed to own your government, not government to own through you, to own you. No, that's not the case. Okay? And social media is a part of communication. It's a part of that the government should not take away from the citizen. So that is what I'm hearing. Let me go back to Clubhouse. There are people who are discussed there. Let me bring them back. Maybe hopefully the Clubhouse is not taken away from the South Sudan. Maybe, and some of you, if you are in Clubhouse, please go to Clubhouse. That's where you can hear more communication. Let me bring people on Clubhouse. So,
but it's going to
that's my message, guys. So thank you. Government will do.
Will have
ramification
coming back to them later, because even the Minister of Cabinet Affairs said these people in social media are criminals, so they don't want this sort of thing to exist really. So I want to ask Dendig Ayok and somebody called Mark here before he said a good word. I want to ask them, which one is a high authority in South Sudan? Is it what do you call the authority of communications, or the minister is the higher authority? Because now the authority, the one closing this thing. What about the minister? The minister never come out with the information about this one, because we thought that they are going to sit in the cabinet meeting on Friday. Then they come out with the resolutions, and then it's taken to the parliament so that it can be endorsed. But now it's only one person who is doing this one. Is it like maybe given command by the commanders or by the president to do this one? I don't know. I don't understand. Which one is the high authority? If you can explain to us, is it the minister or the communication authority is the highest? Because now it's set by communication authority. You can answer later. So went back to the Facebook. Facebook has helped a lot. The messenger has helped a lot of people in South Sudan, because nowadays, if somebody's got a smartphone, you can call him, and then even the information, you can get the information. If, for example, if somebody's sick, somebody can put on the social media and then find out, oh, somebody's sick, or somebody died, It's easy for us to get before now, even before somebody can call you, you can find that you can get the information easier. But right now, our government want to close this thing down. Maybe I think that they don't want us to see the graphic image that is happening today on the social media. Second, maybe they want to kill our people, because sometimes they kill our people there. Then we can see on social media that people have been killed in Abyei, people have been killed in Trumayadi, people have been killed in Pibo, people have been killed there, because they don't want us to see this one. They want to kill us, and then so that it can be not seen on the Facebook. The second thing is maybe they want to please the government of Sudan, so that if the government of Sudan can kill us down there, and then nothing can we can see. No, they don't want to see any image that can come out. So they want to please the government of South Sudan, so that the oil cannot be terminated, because now the government of South Sudan may be rejoicing now that, oh, this thing is shut down. They can do something. They can kill us in infinity. Nothing can come out. So maybe they want to freeze on. So for me, it's not right to close their Facebook or their social media completely, even though people are talking bad about them, because they brought this one to themselves. People are not paid. People are being mistreated. People have been so many things have been done to our people, and then they want us to start us people are completely that people cannot speak about this one. So why do they go to fight in the first place? Because they said in the SPLM flag they said justice and equality, and what they call I don't know the other one, justice and equality. So where is the justice here? Where is the equality? Where is the freedom? Justice and freedom. Where is the freedom here now? Where is the freedom that they are fighting? The SPLA fight for all these years. It's not only the flag that we have, that we enjoy the flag, that we have the country. We need the freedom in everything. We need the freedom in finance. We need the freedom in anything that at least we can feel that is your country. Now they want to start us up completely that you cannot see. But it's going to be a big repercussion to them. So for me, I said, let us push hard so that at least they might reverse the decision. If the decision is done by the what they call communication authority, so that at least this man may be brought, and then the parliament have to ask him, why did you do this one to shut down the social media? Because social media in South Sudan is very important for us. You can call somebody in the night, you can call everything. Thank you guys for that. So then you can answer me, who is the head authority in the because I see Michael Maku is the minister of information, technology and communication. Now the high authority, the what do you call the communication authority has shut down this one. Is it mean that Michael Maku is under him, or Michael Maku is over him?
Yeah, thank you, Jack. Who is next? The very good Tonanyok.
Sultan Kalam
and then me.
Okay. Yeah, and the voice it looked very clear on the. I went to YouTube, I checked. It's doing good. Voice good. I went to Facebook. Voice good. So people are listening here. No, I just went to other devices.
I checked for South Sudan. Oh, okay.
I check on Facebook and YouTube. I just want to make sure the voice is clear. Everything is good there. Madid is doing a good job behind the scenes. So let's go ahead and pass the mic on Anyok. Go ahead, Anyok. You are in Clubhouse,
you are
in Facebook, and you are in YouTube. Huh?
There is somebody called Harry. Harry before Tonanyok. Harry is there.
Oh, Harry before Tonanyok. Okay, Harry, go ahead. Who's that, Murphy? He's not there. Tonanyok.
I think Harry there, but he did not open the mic, and that's what I can see there. Maybe they have a trouble.
Go ahead.
Since they are not responding, then let us.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, moderators. Thank you very much for having this opportunity here for us to actually, discuss this unfolding, whatever happening in South Sudan, with this heavy sort of the Facebook and other means of the social media. The biggest enemy always for any for any kind or for any being is like the fear itself. When you fear, and through the social theories that some of you might have come across if you study like social sciences, you will know all the revolution that's happened in the world. The government always try to attempt to dismiss the right of citizens by all means,
sometimes by imposing them very harsh, system on them, and they always respond with rejecting it. What has happened in South Sudan right now? If this is going to be true, because I've just wake up not long ago, about maybe 2 or 3 hours now, and I just, didn't even come to the clubhouse. Not long after I came, I just found like it's always over social media, in the clubhouse, everywhere. This news of government shutting down the social media, platform like Facebook and the others. I don't know what are the one affected. Is that only Facebook and TikTok, or do we have any other? Because there are so many other, social medias that can be used. We have also the Messenger. It's separate from Facebook, by the way. Sometimes people think that Messenger and Facebook are connected, but because the Facebook, own Messenger now and also own, the WhatsApp, WhatsApp that we use it sometimes for the talk. Sometimes they are all interconnected together. They are all connected together. They're owned by Meta currently, like Messenger and WhatsApp, and I don't know what are the others there. There are so many others. So here, if you are targeting the Facebook, then likely the others might be subject for also the same rules that you're doing it for Facebook. But let me ask this: what prompted our government in South Sudan to do this? It is really something quite shocking, for even for the members of the government themselves, leave alone for the citizens, because I don't know how the government in South Sudan operates, but us here, mostly we use this social media, for the communication, even for the government themselves, for the government. Like right now, sometimes we conduct our meetings through Zooms. I can be sitting in my house, and then I will work from my house directly with my mate that works through Zooms. Sometimes we do Microsoft Team. I don't know how many of you using it, but these are very, helpful tools of media that actually help people. Actually, instead of you traveling all the way from Adelaide to Melbourne, or from Sydney to Brisbane, or from Perth to where, we can just meet through the social media, and then we can do our business as we're sitting together in one place. Okay, and this thing can also be done by Messenger. Okay, like now through the Messenger we can call ourselves, and then we can conduct our meetings, and that is. So I don't know if the government of South Sudan is shutting down this thing. How are they going to operate? Okay, this is really. I don't know how this government really will find somebody to defend it sometimes, because if they keep doing stupid things over and over, and they think these are going to be okay, then no, it will never be okay at all. Okay, so I hope these are maybe things that might have been made over the frustration of the situation that has been going on for the last couple of weeks, or maybe a couple of days, and since the uprising of the citizens might have caused so much fear on the government authorities, then they say there will be a better way for them to control. It is by shutting down the social media. Then people will not know what's happening around. And again, this might not be only affect the citizen itself, and even the government, because our government they are so much behind nowadays. The organized crime, they use so many other platforms, social media platform, that the government hardly find a way to to handle them. Okay, and if there are really organized crime in South Sudan, people will. At this given time that the government shutting down all these, social media platforms, they will be attempting to use the others, which will government also will take some time, before they reach how to, to access those sort of social media, platform that. So honestly, my voice is clear there. Somebody was calling me anyway, so I just had some phone call. With this of a government trying to deny the citizen of South Sudan not to have the access to social media, particularly the Facebook, this will be looking like a declaration of war against the citizens. Because if you're doing it now, you're not actually targeting certain group. Like if you're targeting users, maybe youth are the one causing so much drama, going around and doing all those sort of vandalism things. No. You are actually declaring a war against all your citizens, including your immediate networks. Like the police might have access to use this Messenger, Facebook for their own. Department of Health, they're using the Messenger and also the Facebook for their own services. All the other departments have access to Facebook. I don't know how all these departments in South Sudan operate without having their own Facebook account that actually help them to conduct their business. Okay, technically by shutting down the Facebook and Messenger and WhatsApps and what all these things, it is like you declaring yourself to go back to the Stone Age. Okay, and this will raise a question: is this government really for serious, the government, or something else? Okay, always government have an upper hand, advance in all these social media things. Even if there are so many people using it, abusing it, then the government still have a better way of handling it. You can create a system of targeting individuals that actually might be abusing this. Okay, but you cannot just declare a war on the citizens, saying then you are now denied to access social media. Okay, if there are some South Sudanese citizens who are there in Juba or in a will, and then they are studying some courses online, they're using the means of the social media that they do the online services or studies are Messenger, okay, or through all this Facebook connection. If you're saying to them no, and then they are enrolled in Egypt or enrolled in Morocco or wherever, and they are sitting in South Sudan, accessing their studies through online services, and now you're telling them no, then what are you doing here? For example, if this was someone that having maybe a final year, having some few weeks left to attend the classes, sitting for exams, then you're telling them no, you're not going to graduate this year. Okay.
General, I think the Facebook app and the TikTok app are the one is not working. Other online, you are free to go online. That according to what we hear. So it's just the Facebook app and TikTok app.
By the way, my tactic, but don't forget, if you are actually targeting the Facebook is the one actually own all these things, Messenger and WhatsApp. So Facebook, if it's affected, maybe they are likely to be affected too, because they are kind of like one network together. Okay? But again, even if you are not targeting those things that are affected, let me ask you, all the government department now, they are using Facebook account to help them running their business. Are the government of South Sudan going to allow the government to run their Facebook and citizens are not running their Facebook? Or are they going to create what? What are the systems that they're going to apply here to have the government to use the Facebook for their business, and then the citizens are not having access to it. Can anyone tell me? Okay, then this will be very, very much. It is very unplanned, or maybe the plan didn't really work well, and I believe that that itself, it might be like a decision that made out of the frustration. But I know, Taban, this decision could be from kind of maybe 2 to 3 departments, particularly the Minister of the Interior, Angelina Teng. Angelina Teng, Taban, should now, for last couple of days, she was actually running, like kind of like jumping between the lines. I don't know what is going on there. And also the other department that might be also, behind this one could be the National Security of South Sudan as well. Okay. And then the Ministry of the Information and Communication, if this have to just make a quick decision, because this thing actually fall in their authority, and sometimes they have the ministry have some privileges to apply certain rules, but not to just target the entire nation by putting this out. I don't know what kind of mechanism that was applied. Like really, how did they reach to this final decision to say we're going to shut down the Facebook and TikTok? Okay. Then I think we as a citizen of South Sudan, whether you are in opposition or you are in a government, supporters or what, we find ourselves together being victim here by denying us no access to social media. And then we're going to find ourselves as a team, and the government will find it very difficult to fight all this, including fighting themselves. It is technically like somebody, pulling out a pistol in your and shooting your head. This is what the government is doing. And this thing could be actually, a beginning of the end, to be honest. Okay? We have seen so many governments fall around the world. They are way stronger than our government that we are talking of it. But when the citizens say no, they cannot resist it. Then if this is going to go ahead, I will say good luck to the government of South Sudan. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, General Marial. Dr. Dollar, it will be your turn, and then I want to remind you, you are on Clubhouse, and then you are on Facebook, and you are on YouTube. So we are talking about what happened on Facebook and TikTok. The topic is not about removing the dictator. And go ahead, take it.
Okay. Greeting to all of you.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute, please. I tried to post something on my Facebook account and it got posted. So this is an indication that Facebook is not yet shut down after 12 midnight.
Hey,
that's a good news.
On Facebook, is your name still Dengida York, so we can see if others can see that well. It could be you seeing, but others may not be able to see it since you are there.
Okay. Greeting from you. I think there is something we needed to understand about the shutdown of this social platform. Number one, there is a competition between private companies, the owner of Zain, and that's what they don't tell you, by the way. You cannot find this on the internet. The Zain, I think, is owned not by the South Sudanese local. And people, whether Sudan or one of the companies, Uganda or Ethiopia, are owning this. This one is kind of there is a competition that they are having a competition between this company and the company that controlling the communication in South Sudan, which is a national company. So with this, social platform has a lot of income.
Excuse me, Dr. Dahl. This is further confirmation. Sister Lena Perick is right now live from Canada, and I was able to listen to her video. Thank you.
Yeah. So that one is one of the things that we can see is going on. And then the other thing is a security threat. So you guys, what you are seeing and what we have been talking, don't take them like a granted. So these are real threat in the security situation of the country. So South Sudan actually is risking a lot of things, including attack of some of the security measures using technology. Because this social media, by the way, you think that they are secure. When we are on here, it means that if you have a phone in South Sudan and you install a TikTok, actually I can access all the information of particular South Sudan there throughout your phone, using your phone. I can access a lot of things from your own country using your phone. And this one will mean in a country that is vulnerable with security, like they are looking to go to war with Sudan or go to war by itself, this one, it will expose it to such kind of threat. And for them, I think there can be fear of that one. The other thing is that it's exposing them their shamefulness, which you have seen. Even Kir was feeing himself in Vilfarm while he was in a parade with the military barrack.
Moderators, are you guys allowing Dollar to speak like that?
It's not me. It was already exposed by TikTok and I think Facebook.
No.
Well, I did not install. I'm saying what was exposed. So that one, it was already exposed. If it were not Facebook or TikTok, we will not have that information, because that information happened inside the army. You will never see it. So that one, for a lot of things like this, and many of you don't know the division that you are seeing between Kir and his allies, especially like people like Tutkau, Akolkor, other people that were close. If it were not Facebook or TikTok, some of the information that are even you don't have access to them. Now it will not be possible. And even Kir will never react to these people because they will not know how to actually get divided. So TikTok, and somehow we can see Facebook through sharing information, actually it doing something within the Kir government. It exposed shamefulness, it exposed weakness, and by this also it exposed reaction, the way they react. And this is good for opposition, it's bad for them. So that is what we need to know. This one, they are using this to kind of say, okay, we will be seen incompetent. It means that the country is run by incompetent leaders. That's what it means. And for this, they wanted to hide it. One way to hide it is to shut down this social media so that we don't see what is going on. And the other thing is that, Kir right now is moving to be a communist, moving to China system. In China, they don't have this thing here. You don't have them. And it's still one of the countries that run really very well. So you can live without, a country can live without a Facebook, without TikTok, and it's still, they can function. People function, people can communicate. But the thing is, the people.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
They may not have Facebook and all the other social media platforms, but China is very advanced. They have other apps that they use that is heavily controlled by the government. However, they are still able to communicate with their families. Is South Sudan capable of doing that? Can they create an app tomorrow that they have control over? Of course not. The answer is no. So they can't compare themselves to China, because China will always have an alternative. South Sudan does not. they rely on other countries and other social media platforms because we don't have the capabilities and capacities just yet. So yeah.
Yeah, actually, the way the China controls this is not. They are trying to control some of the unethical behavior, the moral behavior. Like, you know, if you go to TikTok, you will not even want your kid to be exposed on those. Even Facebook, some of it, people try to regulate. Really, they don't. You know, the values that are actually exhibit by TikTok and Facebook are not human value. If you don't know, some of it actually you can. If we try to leave them, we're going to be a society that is full of immorality. To be honest with you, so don't entertain that they are good. The value they pose that they are only good only for a society that is in destruction. Like for our country right now, the only way we can argue is because we have a dictatorship. Otherwise, if really is a country that is run by its people, we don't need them actually. You may need something else because they are not. It's like Facebook or whatever. I don't just look at them actually. But sometimes you see because of what your people are going through, you just go through them. And TikTok. Now, what is in TikTok? It's destroying children. Children, they are not exposed on the technology, the right thing to do. If you tell a child who is exposed to TikTok right now, you tell them, can you do a program like a simple programming if you know technology? They don't know. But they don't know actually even TikTok is a kind of a program that you can create and it can work. Now, if you use it and creating it are two different things. So creating these, you don't create them because you use them. You create them by understanding mathematics. So now our kid generation, they are not exposed to knowledge that you need to function like a human. You are exposed to a knowledge that is very useless, that actually destroy people, exposing, looking for your private part, looking as if it is something actually that you can live by. And it's fun. Well, you get the pleasure. You see maybe part of a lady, a word, and then people are dancing. Every time is fun. That's not life, Jawan. That's not how humans live. So now, if people argue in some way, like closing TikTok, yes, I agree with Kirakin. TikTok, you don't need it. You can open Facebook. Yeah, Facebook at least is regulated. Facebook actually, America, they try to regulate it such that the things that go there are really controlled. But the way that TikTok works, it has no control actually. So I would agree with TikTok to be shut down. Maybe open Facebook and look for another way of how you can substitute that if really there are people who are working there. And I doubt even if our people are making money through TikTok, because it required for you to make money there, you need like a kind of technological knowledge to do this, like to really create program. And this one, you get it in mathematics. You go to mathematics, computer science, then from there, you can be hired by those companies to work with them, like in California or other places. But now, if you don't have that knowledge, the only way you can use them is to use them. When you use them, you are spending. We are not gaining anything, actually. We are spending money. So that is exploitation. If you don't gain anything, you are just being exploited. So I don't think that it is useful. I will agree for them to shut it down. But the thing is, for them to shut it down, I think it's not about what I was thinking. I think they are shutting down because they feel shame, actually. Because when our people were slaughtered, I think they feel obligated to really, to kind of like, they have really to respond to this, and they did not. So this one, and they know the world is watching, and a lot of people are looking at this, so they see the only way we can do away with this for another, because they know obviously something is going to happen. So they want to shut down this so that the country is done. That one is still, I don't agree it will be dark. Still, if they do something stupid, still they're going to be known. Because people right now, they are, even in kind of without TikTok, they can actually function. They can know how to spread a message very quickly through other means. That one, Kir need to understand that. The other thing is that, you know, for them to shut down this, there is no consultation in the country, and we that show that the country is by dictatorship. So that's why we are saying dictatorship always, they are what they call a system called totalitarianism. In totalitarianism, you control everything. Everything is controlled by a dictator. So in that way, that we are saying such kind of system, they don't work with so in that society that is actually like our society where there are homogeneous society. They don't work in that way. So in that society, because every tribe, they have their own way. They are not controlled by king. They are not. So this society, you cannot control them by using that system. It's very hard. When you force it, you force them to change in that way. You have a resistance, and the resistance is going to affect the whole nation, including your system. So that's why now Kir is going to find it really very hard. You want to try this one will open up. You want to control that, another thing open up. That shows that for him, he does not have the capacity to really deal with a nation. So this one, if I were him, I will just pack up and then leave and go to another country. And then a new leader will emerge in South Sudan to fix all these problems, because they are really easy. And the good thing, if Kir leave now, actually all those looters, the ones that are working with him, nobody will remain there. So our country will find itself very smoothly. People will come up, people who understand the world, they understand what government is, and smoothly business, you will wonder actually. You will wonder, a country will really change to think that you never imagined. So now what I'm saying, if we have, if they shut down this, I think hardly, you know, TikTok, I really want to TikTok. Conclude. Yeah. So my conclusion is we are crying because a lot of diaspora are living in overseas, and the only way you can make use of this TikTok is communicate with your relative, communicate with the country, do what is through technology. Well, you know, if they shut down, I think we can find other means to do this, because our communication is not even benefiting the country, if you don't know. Right now, we are not benefiting, we are actually destroying the country, because we don't know, diaspora, they don't know what they're doing. Clubhouse, Facebook, we don't really know. If we have to know, we will have changed our country. Because those dictators, they don't make even 0.5% of the country. Only 1% they cannot make it. Those who are destroying the country now. That means people who are in clubhouse on social media, they can make even 1/2 of the population, and they are very informed. But the problem is, whatever, they don't know their role. So everybody is going with their role, with their family, their community, and they are saying the country failed. Okay, who is going to fix it? If you fail now, who is going to fix the country? It's you. And the only way you fix it is to fight the system. Do you know how to fight the system? No. You cannot say we fight it by shouting, coming here and say, okay, Sulfur shut down the TikTok. Tomorrow Sulfur has removed maybe his cabinet. Tomorrow Sulfur kill people. Tomorrow, and then that's what? No, you don't do things that way. You have to have a role. Diaspora have to have a role. And our role is to change the government.
I know you will not stop you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Todola Yang. You know, Todola Yang, what I get from your speech, what you said, you saying, you know, TikTok is not very important because it's destroying our children. But the more important is a Facebook. And you say the government is they close the Facebook because they feel ashamed and they want to hide something. So to you, Facebook is very important because you want to see what the government doing. And you say because of the communication, people can communicate in other way. So to you, Facebook is not that very important for communication. You see, this is a problem. They are the another position. And you worry about Facebook because they want to use it for communication. And some people are saying they want to use it to send money. Some people that worry about that is the only way to connect them with their loved one. But to you, it's very important for you because you want to see what the government is hiding, what the government is doing. This one is very easy. You can buy a ticket. You can buy and then go to Cuba and then you will see on your eye what the government is doing. You don't need no social media. You can go on the ground like it more like some other people. But people here, they want to use it for communication. But for you, you want to see what the government is doing. If you want to see what the government is doing, and you can learn in Cuba and you will see on your eye what the government is doing. And thank you. Let's move on.
Joseph Beneficial, I don't know if how far is my line.
I think it's only.
Can I swap with somebody who might not be?
I think it will be you, Harry. Harry is not responding. So Harry is not responding, so it will be you, and then we come to Dominic. So go ahead, Imani.
Well, shukran Jazira and Joseph Duke and moderator. Who is this? Kunjok and Sigita Umatek. Shukran Jazira. Malaj, I don't speak Arabic. When I mispronounce, don't laugh at me, please. I'm a learner of Arabic in Clubhouse here. First of all, Dr. Largin, thank you. And I was surprised, and I was one of the listeners who was so inquisitive about him because Dr. Largin, I know him. He is a guy you could allow him days or whatever unlimited you could give him, and he can speak his mind out, pressing things out in a good terms in whatever time people would understand, and he will never stop. It's supposed to be our responsibility now, when Largin speak, give him the limit and tell him thank you, Victor. Whatever you have said, we have received it. We took it seriously, and please cut those off again, because I know I have come to learn he's one of my brothers that who really can talk. He can really talk. And I'm sorry, Dr. Largen, may you see my writing down there. It is not for the offense to insult you, but I know you are a kind of a person who has a lot of words. You have millions of words in your place that need chance to express them out to the That's why I was so inquisitive to stop you, because I was also at work. Let me start this way. I'm kind of a you too. I might be one of the you, because I heard a lot of people always complain to when they speak, you do not know how to stop. But I said, Jamana Nazo Kundra Filgaba, I think we talk like Grandma Bior. We do not know how to stop. And it is because the word becomes so sweet and we don't know where to stop the button, to switch off. Therefore, I want to appreciate moderators. Let me take this chance, but please switch me off. Should I go beyond? Because I'm one of a kind too. One of the things to say, and the reason I came up, I want to say, Jamana, let's be realistic, or let's just speak the simplest fact here, what is happening in Juba today. It is not the TikTok or Facebook that been closed down. No. Even though they are not closed down, what they think, they claim that they are going to shut down the TikTok or Facebook. No, it is not the TikTok or Facebook. The South Sudan government is supposed to be sincere to say we are going to shut down the internet, the whole internet. Simple and easy. But the boss themselves and said we are going to shut down TikTok and Facebook. But in reality, on the other hand, it is the shutting down of the whole internet. Should they do it? Should they do it tonight or later on? Cuba will be in doom and there will be no internet access. And the reason I say so is this simple and easy. to shut down this media itself, to shut down the media wherever the country you are, and you want to shut down a certain media, what do you need to have? I think for those who are the ITs and those who might have studied the computers, should really know what do you need to have when you want to shut down the media, just media, not an internet. We don't need to mistaken thing here. Media and internet. Yes, of course, media is accessible when you have an internet. But do you really think what South Sudan said, that they are going to shut down Facebook, TikTok, or maybe WhatsApp tonight, or maybe tomorrow, or whatever time it may allow them to be? It is not what the media they talk about. It will be whole media, or it will be whole internet. Sorry, somebody just called me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Oh, okay, thank you. It will be a whole internet. And this is the reason to shut down the certain media, a country or a certain place that you need to shut down to block them off from that media. You must at least have URLs, uniform. I don't know, somebody call me again. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good, yeah.
Okay, thank you. To shut down a certain media, you have to have URLs, uniform resource identifier locator. And this will ping in or send in the MAC address and the IP address. Does South Sudan really for sure have every device being used on internet in South Sudan? Do we have a capability that we can ping down every IP address and MAC address of every device? Do we have that kind of capability? Do we have this software that could track everybody down to pin down the address?
Yeah, Timang, they have it, but not
okay.
They have it, IP address.
You may think they have it. Okay. They may have the MAC address. To ping down to ping down URL. Let me reveal this one thing. We are human beings, and the device who is using all this is a device, is not a human being. We not just to assume that the way we read things is the same way the computer is reading things. Let me say, for example, for South Sudan to close down TikTok alone, not internet. Do they have the ping address of 23 colons, 212 colons, 185 colons, 139 colons, and so on, to ping it down to know? Because this is how the computer translate what we call TikTok. The TikTok, what we call is TikTok, the computer doesn't read it as TikTok. It reads it in simple example that I just told you. Does South Sudan have that device? Does it have this software that can ping down the real address of a TikTok, so that know exactly?
I just feel I'm not. How embarrassing for the government.
This is the problem. Does South Sudan have a capability? A software can ping down everybody. This address is going here and blocking the address 23 colon 212 colon 185 colon 139 colons and so on, to ping down exactly TikTok, to block TikTok alone, not internet. Do they have the Facebook ping address to know exactly how the computer translates the word Facebook, of whom could be 2A03 colon 2880 colon F134 colons 83 colon face colons B00 C colon? Do they have this capability? I don't think they have, because they do not know where the URLs, uniform resource identifier locator, would aim and ping every IP address and every MAC address pidgin over Sudan. I don't think they know it. So they have only, we be left with only one choice. The only one choice that will be left is just to shut down the whole internet. And this is the reason now it is nothing shut down yet. They still figuring it out. Okay, what should we do? Should we shut down the whole internet? Or should we just target only this media, Facebook, TikTok, Clubhouse, and all this? Should we ping them down to shut them down? They don't have the software. They don't have a server that could know exactly this is going to South Sudan under this MAC address, under this IP address, and then give you no access. We don't have this capability. They will be left with the choice just to say, you know what, let's cut the internet. Simple and easy. So just be tuning. If you don't see anybody having access, it will be just a simple.
What they're going to do, they don't have anything like Mark, but they're going to block the location only, but they will call the Facebook to make sure the location called South Sudan, no Facebook available. For example, Netflix. Netflix is not in, it will be Netflix is not available in South Sudan, and Hulu is not available in South Sudan because when I calculated, they say this is the wrong location. It's not allowed in this location, and that is what they're gonna do. Yeah, the location, but mind them, you must address and all of this, just a location. Yeah. So I just let you know that one is gonna work.
Listen, I will start from here. For government to do so, the government supposed to have all these protocol, internet protocols, to make sure me, Timangi, I'm somewhere in USA. And because the telephone, the device I'm using, the government know the URL number, and they know MAC address, they know IP address. They trace everything down per how the computer is reading it somewhere in the server, and say this Timangi in somewhere located in US is not allowed to use Facebook. Is not allowed. Should I open Facebook? It will say sorry, it is unavailable. And this is what just simple happened last week or this week when Trump said TikTok is closed down in US. Everybody was pinged down, and you could never use it for a couple hours. Do you think South Sudan will do so? We don't have this software. To have so, you must have the cam and wax that might have gone underground or somewhere. Must have gone underground to your country. Because all this internet we are using, that you hear, every country has at least one of the biggest cable running underground to their place, connected it to the satellite of this, and they have the server and software to monitor everything. I don't think we have it yet. So the fact is, Juba has came up with a protocol today, or came up with the idea that we are going to shut down social media. No, it is the internet, simple and easy. Let them shut it down, should they do it, the whole internet. And then later on, when tomorrow comes, or whenever they do at the night and tomorrow comes, it could be a different news. It may be a different news than we may hear. But the fact is, let's not deceive ourselves. South Sudan, yes, there are people that are very educated. They are very advanced, but they are not in the extent to target only social media and block it up. They could never do it. The only thing that South Sudan is capable to do so now is to block the whole internet. There is a difference to block the internet and to block the media. It is when you are in your home and you don't pay your cable, you don't pay your internet will be cut off. And if you go outside somewhere to somebody's house, you can use this internet and still have access to the media. In the case of South Sudan now, it is not just the media. It is the whole internet in South Sudan that they are capable to cut it off. Therefore, you will never have an access of internet. Okay? And this is what they want to tell us. And if that's not, why do you think now they have said it a couple hours ago, and they still now, nothing have shut down? Because they are still in the dilemma. Should we target only TikTok, Clubhouse, Facebook, shut it down, and let the other media work? Because how many media do we have? We still have Instagram, we still have Link, we still have Telegram, we still have WhatsApp, We still have a lot of media. We still have Google. We still have YouTube. Don't people have the access to do so?
We still have a Clubhouse you're speaking now.
That's the problem. Now, the dilemma they are in the between what do we need to close, what they have called out happen not to be what they have supposed to have said. They should have just said the whole internet is going to be shut down in South Sudan. So we can know. They can never differentiate. I will start from here. What South Sudan is going to do, and the choice that's going to be left to them is just to shut down the whole internet, not just to target a certain media. How are they going to target a certain media and close it, whereby they don't have a server software that monitor the URL, monitor the ping address, the MAC address, can ping down the real address of how the computer look into the numbers of TikTok, Facebook, Google, YouTube, WhatsApp, because you call it WhatsApp, but computer don't call it WhatsApp. You call it Google, computer don't call it Google. You call it Facebook, computer don't call it Facebook. They call it in a binary numbers. Like, for example, simple I told you, 23 colon, 212 colon, 185 colon, 139 colon. This is how computer translate things in their own language, in binary numbers. But we human, we put it in the word so we can call it. That's how the computer works. I will start from there. Thank you.
Moderator Joseph, Ban Joseph, may I have a permission for 1 minute interjection because I'm about to start work and then know myself I'm going to listen down.
Yeah, we have done in South Sudan and he's been here for very long. I did not get a chance to speak, so and it's late for him. So if you will make it quick, less than a minute, that's fine. If not,
yeah, I will. I'm not going to speak, and let me say I did not need to live quietly, and this is a very good platform. People should be able to thank for the opportunity. Let me say it's not too late, like what I said before, it's not too late for the government to stop this. This is a very ridiculous and wrong move to cause yourself a wound. And I don't need this dilemma to happen because embarrass is enough. So if they are listening, like now is in live in Facebook and YouTube, don't let them do that. Unless they have a good capability of technology, let them target those who are they treat them, though they are accused they are using the social media. If they have the capability of technology, let them deal with those people. Otherwise, punish the whole people or the whole country for the individual wrongdoing, then it will let our government pay the price, and you will be able, and that is not good. So I will end it up here, our sisters and brothers, and I will move myself down. Thank you, and keep it up. We need to pay our government, not because we are hating the government. We try to correct the government to make sure that that is not the way to govern your people. And thank you. I will move myself.
Okay, I'm going down, and please answer the question. Is the government want to close down the internet or the media? And if it is media, I still wonder how. Thank you. I will.
Thank you. I think even Inmon Yakani came here and briefed us that saying, the government will not shut down the entire Facebook or TikTok. It will be only, they will be targeting some people that are using Facebook for some other stuff. It's always, it will be depend what you post on your page. So you will be banned for 90 days, but it's not everybody. So according to Edmond when he came early, Tonanyok, yeah, welcome, brother. I see you.
I think Joseph, I think they're going to identify the title. So the title also will be risky too. Your Facebook title will be targeting.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's.
Yeah, they will target some individual, so it will not be on entire social. Tonanyok, welcome, and sorry, man, you are in and out, and the line was long. So.
Joseph, first of all, are you getting me loud and clear?
Yeah, you clear.
Very correct.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, I thought the decision to shut down the social media might have affected our clubhouse, but that's not the case. Anyhow, I am in the country, and I'm in Juba as I speak. And let me try to make some few things across what it means by saying shutting down social media or shutting down the entire internet. I am a media professional, and I would speak within the lane of the media and not within the lane of IT, where the colleague who spoke earlier, Mr. Tim, had actually broken down the codes and what you call a language within the IT, that it is his line. I believe he has studied that properly, and I had no reason to doubt him. But let me come to what does it mean by the government saying that they are shutting down TikTok and Facebook. First of all, media in this country as a whole has been going through a rough kind of life. Oftentimes you have had the media professionals have been followed. Some of them disappear. Others are found to be somehow put in jail. And the rest, you cannot even trace where they've gone to. It is true. But what is the government using? Let's dissect the communication as a whole. South Sudan has got Ministry of Information, Postal Service, Telecommunication, and so forth and so on. Within that, it's been divided into units, or let me say into sections. You have the Ministry of Information that deal with access to information alone, and you have you have, sorry, not the Ministry of Information. That's Ministry of Information as a whole, but you have a Department of Information that looks at the issues to do with access to information, and you have the National Communication Authority that deals with gathering the licenses. Such as companies that provide what we call the Internet Service Providers, the IPS. You have the telecommunication, the postal service, you have the TV, you have the radios, you have the newspapers, and so forth and so on. So the National Communication Authority, the NCA, has things to do with what I've just said. On the other hand, you have the Media Authority. Media Authority, according to Article 13, it states that their duty is to regulate and to see the performances of the media houses. Whoever contradicts Article 24 of the right to access to information and the press as a whole in the country, the Media Authority will look into that. So as we speak, it is the Media Authority that has actually issued the press release that the social media, and I quote, Facebook and and TikTok had to be blacklisted for 90 days or suspended in a very simple English for 90 days. Now, where do they get that power? And that's, I think, it comes to the question of Mr. T. Where are they getting the power? Do they have that know-how technology to be able to shut down all this, Meta, Facebook that is owned by Meta company in the US, and as well as the TikTok that is owned by the Chinese. What I do know is that the country has the capability to follow you in terms of a national communication. Like if you call direct through another phone call using the companies, they have that capability. They can, when you talk, they have special codes, and I would want to repeat this, underline the special codes, with a software that is being installed to be able to monitor who has called who, at what time, and what did that person say. And within, there are special names that are actually encrypted in these softwares. That, for example, if you talk and you are able to call the president name 3 or more than 4 times, for example, you say, His Excellency President Salva Kiir, you say again President Salva Kiir, more than 5 or 7 times, there's a way your communication network is going to be interfered with, because that is automatically encrypted into the system. And not only His Excellency the President, but also other presidencies and others who have got these big positions. The intention is being that you are calling the name of the president, not for the purpose But I think it's for other reasons. That's why you're calling them more than 4 or 5 times in your conversation. It doesn't matter whether you speak in local dialect, that is automatically detected, as long as you call the name. Now, that is also under what you call the phone tapping. They can tap into your phone and they're able to interfere with your communication. That's a direct call through MTN, through Zain, and through digital, the communication networks that are here in the country. But do they have the capability to shut down the social media and not the internet? Remember, the country is using, I think, they had actually brought the fiber optic from Uganda that was supposed to increase the speed of the speed of the internet in the country. But I don't think if this fiber optic is functional at the moment. The last time they shut down the internet as a whole, the internet in the UN compound, in all the UN installation compounds are working. So that means they're able to shut down some of the internet and not for the entire country, because the internet in the UN compound are working. When they actually blocked other websites, and a good example here is that the website like Nyamlepedia and a website like Panwelwel, these websites were actually once being closed, and you're not able to access them when you're in South Sudan, within the territories of South Sudan. This happened last time. But if you go outside another country, you're able to access, you can have access to these internet website pages. But if you're in the UN compound, you are able to access those website pages within the UN compound and not, and UN compounds are within the South Sudan. So you can see what I'm trying to drive at. It means they're able to close, but there are other people who are tech giants that you cannot interfere with their system. As I talk to you, I'm able to access Facebook at the moment. You know what's the time? It's 1 a.m. 11 minutes. I'm able to access Facebook, and I've used my different way of getting it. And I'm able to I have access to TikTok. But what is awesome is that the people that are here, I do not think that they have that capability. And I think I will repeat and I will underscore what Mr. Tim said if he's still in the room. They do not have that capability. So let me go down to what will happen if actually the Facebook is completely gone. Let's assume they're going to have that. Maybe tonight it's still functional. What about tomorrow and the next days? Maybe they'll use the money, they'll bring in people and they'll try to buy them and try to see if they can work that for them. They have money and they have upper hand. We can't question the ability of the government. You know, government has a longer hand and they can do anything within their power. So what if tomorrow and the days ahead, indeed TikTok is blocked, indeed Facebook is locked, let's say for 90 days as they said. What I'm going to see here, it is that a direct harming of our youth who are dependent, who are content creators. So one thing the government does not think about is that the youth who are in this country who became content creators because they do not get jobs, they actually earn money through Facebook and as well as through TikTok. You have TikTokers who have got a lot of followers. And as a matter of fact, in South Sudan, you're not able to even earn money because this country is being sanctioned. So because of it being sanctioned, Facebook and TikTok can never pay the TikTokers or the content creators in South Sudan, whether it's on Facebook or on Twitter, because the country is actually being sanctioned. But our content creators are able to go to Uganda, register using Ugandan line or Kenyan line, and they're able to get money. So when they lock it completely, there are people who are social media influencers, especially Facebook, they're not able to do their job efficiently. And that's going to harm the country. So you can think of how many thousands of youth that are going to have no job to create something so that they're able to live life. On top of that, the issue of employment itself is a big issue right now. So let's assume that they're going to close it for 90 days. It means the youth that are content creators are going to lack job for 90 days. And you know what that will create? Some of them will become criminal. Some of them will begin to think something that is not okay because they're not able to get money, or they're not able to be invited for the social functions. Because when you're a comedian, you have to produce content. And every time people are there watching, and getting entertained with your content on Facebook, tomorrow you become known well, and then you're invited in functions, and that's where you make your money. So if you're no longer being seen on Facebook because that's where you create, or on TikTok, people don't get to know you, and then you don't get invited, and then it means you're not going to get money, and then there's no job. So I don't think the government is thinking a bit ahead, not just what has happened in Sudan, and that now they want to close that because of what has happened in Sudan. For me, they have the capability and tools to even monitor the hate speech. Yeah, Jamana, there's what you call CrowdTangle. It is a software that Facebook had actually introduced, the Meta company. The Meta company has introduced what you call a CrowdTangle. Not so many people know this. I think some IT members might or might even know. So CrowdTangle is a software tool that is used to analyze the posting of social media, especially the Facebook. Wherever you are posting, every minute, as long as you post it, it will tell us when you post it, why you post it, where you post it, and how many times has it been shared, by who and from where. It automatically goes into pie chart. You can automatically transform that into a graph or a table for a better analysis. And you'll be able to even analyze what hate speech content exists in this posting. That is for Facebook. But there's also another software that is used to analyze information on websites and information on an online newspaper that are now articles, opinions, editorials, and so forth and so on. It's called Civic Signal. And so we are the media professionals that has gone to other countries. Also, we have one travel to Switzerland and to US. We have been trained something like this. But does the government have that capability? Because for you to get CrowdTangle, you have to buy it from Meta. And do you know how much that costs? Millions of dollars. And it would need people that are trained to come and manage, to be able to see, to do what you call fact. We have got South Sudan fact checkers here. It's called SS fact checkers. But these guys are doing an amazing job. But media authority do not have that capability to be able to know who has posted what, against who, or against which community. Hate speech, misinformation, disinformation, malinformation. So, first of all, they will just be looking at your post. They'll ask people, they will look at your friends, and then they'll try to relate who is closer to this person and how can we get them. This is how they're trying to track people. But using the softwares, they do not have it. That's number one. And number two, even if they have it, they will take time for them to get trained to be able to do an effective job. And number three, even if they have it and they are trained, well, these people need to be paid properly and maintained within the organization. This is what you call human resource management. You have to manage the resources in terms of either human or any, so that you are able to retain your staff and do a better job. But if this staff doesn't get money and they are not retained, they leave. They're going to look for other jobs. But going also back to the media, let's look at other things to do with the laws. Look at the copyright, for example. South Sudan does not have copyrights. And these are some of the few things that the government would introduce to limit anybody that is trying to steal the copyright of another company or another organization, because these are intellectual properties. If I have an idea and I put that idea down and that has been registered, you can never copy it. So there's a lot of duplicate organizations with the same name and probably the same logo. And is the government doing anything to do with that? Media Authority, for example, or National Communication Authority? No, because the Copyright Patent Act is not there.
Musicians of South Sudan, they can be used everywhere, no copyright, But America, musicians, they have a lot of copyright. Yeah, you are right, right?
So if we are talking about the communication as a whole and information, there are a lot of things that are lacking. Because even our musicians, everybody is copying the lyrics, and as well as even the guitars. I can use your own soundtrack while I don't even have. I've never asked for your consent. You didn't even give me permission. You can drag me to court, and I can pay for it heavily. That thing is not there. So our musicians are not protected. Our musician music songs are being used anyhow. They don't even earn money, and so that's why they end up singing songs involving a big person, praising big people, so that they're able to get money to survive and live. There's a lot of things that are missing here. So the Ministry of Information as a whole, having the Media Authority, the National Communication Authority, and the Department of Information, these people need to sit down and look at the laws that govern this country, especially the media itself. Because look at arbitrary shutdown of media houses, newspapers, a lot of them have been shut down. Radio station, a lot of them have been shut down. Sometimes when I produce a song, they tell me that I should give them the lyrics, the lyric of the song, so that they're able to see. Then they will begin to even sanction before production. That is wrong. Like, why do you want to listen to my song before production? Are you a musician? What do you want to understand in that song? You see? So there's a lot of things that is not really adding up. And that's why even the media fraternity of this country, the access to information as a whole is not up to 50%. People do not have much access to information. So they are supposed to allow freedom of expression and access to information and freedom of association. And what they will do now, they will have an article, which of course it is there in the South Sudan Transitional Constitution 2011 as amended. It has been amended several times, so it's called as amended. They are supposed to have an article that debunk on this freedom, but also there's limitation. Now, the limitation of the freedom to information and access to information and all, they're supposed to use it. And by using it now is when you are liable if you defame somebody, you are liable if you're inciting hate speech, inciting hatred against another community, or you're trying to create a problem between this community and the other community. This is what they're supposed to do by following up these individuals, but not by shutting down the entire thing. This is becoming against the access to information, the right to information, and freedom of press, as it is in the constitution of our country. So what they have said is just a matter of statement, and I do not think they have that capability, because at this moment I have access to everything, right? And so they should think ahead, because much of the population of this country are youth, and the population of this country who are youth, to 70% of them, where are they born? We are talking of from 15 years to 35. If you're making 15 years to 35, make your math. These are the people that are born from 1995. 1990 or 1995 to now, these are Gen Zs. The majority of them, up to 70%, are Gen Zs. And the Gen Zs are being born in an era of technology. So the government should be very careful by just jumping into conclusion and saying that they're going to close. Do you know how many countries have begun protests because of shutting down what they like most? Shutting down what gives them jobs, shutting down what gives them freedom. So our country should wake up from looking at the things from the lane of analog, but looking at the thing from the lane of digital, because this is where we are at the moment. And so, Joseph, I need to apologize for talking a bit longer, but I think let me conclude it here. I would want to say we are all here as a media, and I know tomorrow we are going to have a lot of press release to one way or the other condemned the so-called shutting down of Facebook and TikTok. But not only, but you'll also hear from other international organizations that operate within the country, like the America and let's say the Troika and the other embassies that exist in the country, and say no. The government should not do this. They are infringing the right and the access to information. So I will stop here, but we'll keep on seeing the development of what will happen. But in a nutshell, the government, or let me say the country, do not have the know-how technology to entirely shut down the old social media, let alone the internet. If they even try the internet, it will not take long. And they're going to touch a button that I think they will regret if they do that for some time, because majority of people right now, they're Gen Zs, and they're up to 30 years, and there are very many of them. So I'll stop here, and I'll be very happy to drop myself. It's a bit late, I might go to bed, but thank you so much for bringing this up. It's really a current event.
Yeah.
And then it's always about it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Tona. Thank you so much. Then be safe, man. You are in South Sudan, so we don't want government to use that software against you because you are in the ground. But the rest are somewhere they cannot be reached. So be safe, man. And thank you. Deng Didayok, go ahead. And then I'll come to Atim.
Yeah, thank you, Joseph. Brothers and sisters in the room, it is very clear that Facebook and TikTok social networking sites are still working in South Sudan as I speak to you. TikTok, I try to watch some live videos, including the video, our own video, because Madid is broadcasting this YouTube, Facebook, and other social networking site, and it is there. So maybe the government has listened to our voices, and they revoke the decision. This is one thing, or maybe the decision has gone simply like the decision which was made 2 weeks ago when the Director General of Traffic Police decided that the driving license for the national would be for 1 year, and for the foreigners would be for 6 months. And later on, we came to discover that it is a decision that he took as a head of that institution. It was not a decision that was made by the government collectively. In other words, it was not coming from the higher authorities. It was made by the director of the traffic police. And so it was cancelled by the parliament. So looking at this decision through the statement that were issued by the National Communication Authority and all the telecommunication companies in Juba, until we came to the midnight, it is now after midnight, it is 27 minutes past 1 a.m., and the internet is still working, Facebook is working. So maybe the decision was just a decision made by the National Communication Authority, and maybe some higher authority somewhere have actually intervened and tried to cancel the decision or try to delay it until they discuss it tomorrow and reach a conclusion whether it should be shut down completely or it should be left. So something is fishy somewhere, and we don't know. But from tomorrow onwards, things would be very clear. But it is clear that in this room and other rooms that were open earlier, people are not happy with the decision. And if our government is a responsible government, they have to listen to the voice of the people. Because as a ruler, you don't go contrary to the ambitions and aspirations of your own people. You have to listen to their voices, and you have to do things according to the way they want. And all the argument you put forth from the beginning of the room and till now, people communicating with their loved ones, friends, and families, and that communication is made easy just by calling somebody through WhatsApp or through Facebook Messenger. It's made easy. Unlike the time when you have to buy your credit, you put it into your phone and then you have to call somebody. It's a lot of money, but nowadays it is made simple. So all the reasons and arguments that you put across make a lot of sense. And I salute you for that. This is the interjection I just want to make. Let the discussion continue. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Atimu kunjok. Atimu kunjok, you blink your mag earlier. You say you want to say something. Okay, Atimu kunjok.
No, let the line continue.
I think we could have Charles. Yeah, it's only one left. It will be Charles. Okay, Charles, go ahead. Charles, then you like it.
Yeah.
You came on time.
Sultan Ukalam lakin Sultan dia talk. Well,
Sultan
yeah,
Sultan Kalam Gibel. Charles, then go ahead.
Yeah, just a bit of sound as an outside. I think you hear me, is it?
Yeah, it's of course. You're good, man.
Okay. Yeah, I was here early before when I put on the column today some hours ago. I was here listening to her. Thank you anyway for the room. You know, one day I'll be Butana, right? That's what the South Sudan look like. You can just take a map from their action. But let's put this in so many terms. I know a lot of people say a lot of good things. South Sudan is always love copy. You know, they copied the issue of the TikTok here in the United States, and then they just go and make their own decision. And I hear from Travis, he brought a lot of good points there. There is contradiction there in the statement. 30 days, 90 days, unknown, and so on. But when American brought issue of the TikTok, it's not about the security. You know, that was not the main point for United States issue. You know, even though they're debating on it, it's not about security. It's about just the profit. Because TikTok has been getting a lot of money more than that. Facebook, even than Amazon. TikTok is getting $264 billion a year. And those of Facebook that are getting $64 billion a year. So very big gap, 3 times. And, you know, and those money, who are the vendor of those money is American citizens. You know, that's why America said, you know what, hey, get rid of these apps. Now in terms of South Sudan here, I know they don't have issue. They don't have even router to close the TikTok or Facebook. They just lie. This government, they don't want that. I think they just talk about the internet. Yeah, that's the main thing, just to make a blackmail on the internet. But the issue is this. Let's say let them block the internet. And then let our citizen, okay, our citizen, anybody who signed a contract with a cell phone, you just cut it off. Cut off your cell phone for 30 days and let the government stay there with that decision. You know what's going to happen here? The business is going to lose. Yes, the president wants it, but you don't need even to waste your time. Let all citizens say, okay, for 30 days, I isolate, I'll start telephone with that. Get out from any company or the telephone. Go to the nearest country like Uganda and Kenya and so on and so on. Just get another savior back there. You will see the business, and they will lose, and you will see the government will have a big problem because those businesses they brought in the country, there's a contract. So that contract, the government will even spend more money, and they can get a lawsuit for this. That's another pressure can happen on them. The second pressure, you see, the youth right now, the situation in South and North, which is South Sudan, the North now, the whole world are watching. And they are trying to block a lot of things here. But get example what happened in Iraq. You see, when the war fight, when the United States and the rest of the world was fighting in Iraq, the internet was being given free. The reason is because they want to make the atrocities happen in the country. So this satellite can be thrown up there and can be free. Even can be more even stronger for every citizen. Because of what? Because they want to see, the human eye want to see what's going on inside the country between South Sudan and Sudan. So what government are doing, guys, these people, they're just playing people's mind, you know? They are just playing people's mind. They don't know what they're doing. And, you know, they don't have even parliament to debate on something. They don't have a very good people who can analyze things. It doesn't work. When it comes to the term of communication, well, there's so many ways people still communicate, guys. Yeah, there's so many ways. You can take WhatsApp, but there are other sources also. You know, people can dig those information of the IP, and then people can give it to the citizen, and then they can communicate. You know, this is some real guy information there. Because these Africans, they don't have really security satellite. You don't mind the satellite. Let me tell you guys, mind it. They don't have their own satellite. Okay? Uganda have their own satellite. You cannot even approach on that. Kenya has it, but South Sudan mind it. You know, they are everything from South Sudan, from Lebanese. I just pull it they are funding by Middle East. You know, Middle East are the one who taking care of this. So they want to shut it down, they can shut down. So there's no worry there when it comes to communication to them. People will dig it out and then they will give out the IP. People, especially those who are in the West, they can find it out, they do like and then they will still get have access to the internet. But how do you feel anyway? Come on, people say it is about the images. I don't think so that the images. You attach another things here in politics. I think they try to do the disarmament, and that disarmament, we don't know how they're going to do it. So maybe disarmament is attached to this, and you know, take it that way. Okay, they don't want disarmament like the war, they want action. So they may be part of it, you know.
Well, attack that, when you told that.
That's why I'm saying, yeah. So there's a lot of things, guys, who are attached to this. Okay? Yeah, just you're telling business, term of the business, also bring also the politics and what they are bringing out there. Right now they're focusing more about disarmament. And you know, how they're going to disarm, and they talk about disarm and they I think they tried. They tried in the state of Jungle. What happened there? Did they get the result? They made even more worse in 2008. Okay. So
not much of a tear for disarmament.
But that's what I'm saying. Yep, that's what I'm saying. That's what you are disarmament. They are getting what becomes. Okay. They say let's do disarmament. You know, it's another actually because believe me or not, right now South Sudan they are so mad. Any citizen can do their own action. They can do anything. People are really frustrated, as happened to Somalia. For whom now they are focusing on disarmament, to disarm citizens, that's why, okay, if we do this, what's going to happen? Cameras, technologies everywhere. You know, what we're going to do? And then the stupid person will come out, let's block this, let's block messenger, let's block and so on and so on. They are German Garen to Tarabes without Garisha with Shai, a German Mabakubuzatu, thing that are not even debate on it. They are Sudan guys. So it's not a big deal. Let me tell you, this is what the father started. They are bringing more shameful to the country. Just give them, I'll tell you, even decision they will not going to do it. Nothing going to happen. These people are shameful and shameless. Yeah. But thank you for the topic, but this is my short contribution. Now, 6 months, this man was kept in Italy. Okay? But the reason is people was scaring the group that Mengistu. Because at that time, those group that Mengistu was around. So they can come back to the government. And that's why they kept now for 6 months in Italy. So the Chalwe team is not too far from this. Thing can happen, bro. I just give you back, guys, my people. Thank you.
Joseph and Malik Chalan Bam Yal Chaka Panwaka. And with the Jam to one young window. I have right for Jam to one young. Joseph Kichalan Bam Yal.
You can be radical like that. Room has a lot of people.
A lot of people are in your care now. Okay, let me say it this way. Let me just say 1 minute. 1 minute, please. Joseph, the reason I came back up, I went down before. I want to say there was one of the things my brother said, my brother Tonanyak said. Nana Sudan, we have fiber optics. Please, I want to assure each of Junubi, Alpi Juba, Walpi South Sudan somewhere. We do not have something called fiber optics. We don't have it. I can fiber optical. Why the good fiber optic there? Fiber optic internet there. They should know that. We need to know. We don't have fiber optic for University Sudan, like we have been deceived. Fiber optic at Jamana, if a country or a place where you are located that people tell you our internet is fiber optic. Fiber optic, the glass, a light have to pass through the glass. For that internet to have it, a tiny light have to pass through the glass or glass to provide you the internet that you need. It is one of the speedest and one of the good internet. Okay, question will remain. Fiji Sudan for fiber optics, internet be in Juba. Where did the cable pass through? Do we know there was a cable went through the under the highway to go to Juba? Do we have any cable somewhere connected with a glass where the light have to go through so that we can have fiber optics? It is a lie, and I want to tell everybody. And I want to say, in everybody in the Sudan, if somebody lied to you, whenever you open a business, you want to open any kind of internet, and somebody say, "Oh, this is a fiber optics, Wi-Fi, fiber optic internet," that's a lie. Please,
no,
you need to know first. You need to know first what the fiber optic internet means. Huh?
No, Imani, let me be honest.
No.
George Clooney, they have their satellite of their own.
That's a satellite, but it's not fiber optic.
Then you can come after Paku Bubaja and realize.
Listen, let me tell you this. George Clooney has a satellite, yes. Like, one of the things I want to assure you, whatever internet you think has been brought to South Sudan, yes, that's true, because there are a lot, tons and thousands and hundreds of internet. South Sudan could be connected somewhere to the satellite, and that satellite pinned down to wherever the tower or everything being put down, and we could call it a Wi-Fi, and it is internet. We do not know how many megabytes, how many gigahertz, how many bytes, or what we call hertz that this internet is running. But I just want to assure you, if you want to open Wi-Fi or internet, and somebody lies to you somewhere in South Sudan, we are using fiber optics. The word fiber optics, take it clearly. Our internet is fiber optics. We are using fiber optics. Please, you are being deceived. Do not pay of the internet of fiber optics, because to have a fiber optic, the company who is bringing the fiber optic internet to you must at least have a cable pass somewhere, either in the air or above or underground. And fiber optic means a small glass, where the light have to pass through with a speed to provide you the internet in your house. If in your house or your office, your business doesn't have a cable come through connected to your house, and somebody say we have a fiber optics, that's a lie. And where would the fiber optic come? Because South Sudan alone is borrowing money of the protocol of internet somewhere from satellite. We don't have existent cable passed through underground from Uganda or Kenya coming to us, or because we are a landlocked country. We could never see a cable somewhere passing through to come to Juba. If somebody lied to you, we have a fiber optic internet, please. This is person, he just advertising to you that he is giving you the good internet, because to have a good internet, you must have a fiber optics. But fiber optic is not something that you can own.
So is that just used for internet or for spying?
It's used for internet, spying, a lot of things. But it's a tiny glass.
It's for internet, and also the news.
It is for internet and glass and nothing. Let's say you may hear some of the airlines. Let me tell you this. You may hear some of the airlines saying that we have the fiber optic airline for fiber optic internet. And do you know what they have? Because in that flight or in that airplane alone flying in the air, they have glass connected and connected to a lot of webs. Web address provider, and that is connected to the glasses, that is connected to the plane itself, TAR, LPO. And when you use it, it is very fast. And when you ask them, they say you are using fiber optic internet.
Yeah, some people disagree with you on the section comment. They say it's there in Cuba and
it is not there.
So when you read attack, it's there, and then the other.
I will read it. Yes, I will read it. But for those who say there, to have the fiber optics, you must have the physical wire that you could see. Because fiber optic is what? Fiber optic is a glass, a small glass. A glass where the light has to pass through with the speed of light to give you the internet. Whoever think that you have fiber optic for Juba, do you have a cable that comes somewhere and connect it to your office or your house so that you can have a
Hey, why don't you invite the person who is disagreeing to come and
let him come, bring him
their
up.
opinion?
Let him come and find fiber optic for Juba. Whoever thinks that he has, he is somebody who just want to sell his business, but we don't have fiber optic internet.
Fiber, Nasib, yeah, your message is clear. Let's not change the topic. Right? Let them go first. We'll stick to that.
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
Let me explain this. Of course, this
attack is coming to the comment. So why?
Sometimes it's called optic fiber. It's in Juba. You see, look, like George Clooney, they have that in that satellite. The question is, it's not everybody getting that. UNIMIS, United Nations Mission in South Sudan, they have that, but not everybody getting it. Those CIA, Mossad, in Juba, they have that. Before referendum, they have all those equipment. Even in Jabal Nuba, they have it. You remember when Khartoum tried to go, Ahmed Arun, they tried to sneak all weapons.
I thought young subject you are like in fiber optic at Jamana, you must see the cable. You must see the cable running somewhere. But when cable, but things to do it, whatever thing opens do it, whatever thing undo. Whatever thing wherever you operate your internet, you just have fiber optic. Fiber optic at Jamana, a glass,
Hold on.
Imagine, let hear different opinion too.
What I'm saying, it's not internet provide for everybody of that. It's not. Are you telling me CIA and George Clooney, when they were all in South Sudan to monitor in Sudan weapons, in army, don't you think that's what they have? But someone you talking like Tonanyuak saying that he had it as his internet is live. But those not you and not UNIMIS satellite and not George Clooney to monitoring what Sudan, what come in Sudan and what Sudan doing, is that a type they have.
They have internet, but they don't have fiber optic.
Okay.
They have internet, but they don't have fiber optic.
1 minute.
Okay, Tonanyuak did not say that he have it. He said the government, yeah. Charlie said 1 minute.
1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute. Yeah,
30 seconds. Tonanyuak, 30 seconds.
Every room run by Joseph, I have a problem.
Why is that? I'm trying to let Charles know that you want to conclude before I give to Charles. Why you mad? I'm trying to convince Charles to wait so you can conclude. I did not give Charles a chance. I'm talking to Charles, just wait so you can conclude that, Tonja. Go ahead, Tonja, conclude. Tonja.
The better you can't think of earlier on a few hours ago, and you didn't like it now, you can like it over and over. So go ahead and have it.
But I told you, man.
All right, you see, as
it's okay. I can. You know what I want to say? I want to help because what Team Angi talk about. Fiber optic is different than fiber internet. That's two things different here. You know, that's the point. But then we are mixing it. Fiber internet this is the high speed internet. That's different. Fiber optic is a metal, something being used in the ocean. Okay, they use in the ocean or you use it under the ground. Hajadama was a Junub. Let us be honest. It's not there. You know, and that's what Timani talk about. But we are just mixing two things. Fiber high speed internet, yes. People have it in Junub, but not everybody. Mana school are into Hajad. So that's the thing that guy was talking about, guys. So thank you. That's it. That's the
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Tonjang, I see you went down. Let me explain this, yeah, Tonjang. Yes, Kimani cut you off, and then Charles. But I was trying to convince Charles to wait so you can have a chance. I don't know why you mad at me. What I did wrong? I did not cut you off. I wanted Charles to wait so you can go ahead. So if you have another issue, that's okay. Attack, go ahead. I invite you to come back, Tonjang, if you want to come back. Attack, welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Joseph. I was gonna say regarding fiber optic, there is a company that operates a cable into South Sudan, fiber cable. It goes into Juba. It's called Liquid Intelligent Technologies. It's a South African company. I think the customers are large companies like telecommunication companies and other multinational companies, banks. Large companies normally are their clients, right? In fact, 50% of the revenue are in US dollars. So normal consumers will not be able to directly access it, but telecommunication companies in South Sudan, they are their clients, so or customers, I guess. So I think that does exist. We also have Starlink as well. Starlink is available in South Sudan. You can, I don't know how much it is, but you can pay a certain amount of money and you get a dish, and then you can go and get internet, low Earth orbit internet essentially. Even if you live in the village actually, right? Because they have satellite in the skies that directly beam down onto your dish, and then you have access to internet. So that does already exist in South Sudan. In fact, South Sudan is one of the few countries in Africa that have Starlink internet. It's not communication calling, but it is, you know, you can use WhatsApp and other communication platform to communicate. So this idea that we don't have fiber optic, no, I don't think that's true. Liquid does have, it goes into Juba. They even have office in Juba. When I was there, I saw the office. So it would not make sense for them to even have an office there if they were not doing commercial business. It does not expand elsewhere in the country. It doesn't, but it goes into Juba. I think, I don't know, I was not here the relevancy of this, but I think when we look at what's going on in the country, I think some of the points that have been brought up are very valid, and I think it was Tim who said who said about the president may have passed away. That is very that's really possible, because President Kiir has not come out. I don't believe since this incident happened, and people have been demanding it. In fact, they have actually been deleting. Posts. One of the posts they deleted was a post that was made on Thursday night. It was a press release by the press secretary, and it was posted on President Kiir's Facebook page. And within 2 hours, it had like 1,700 comments, and people were saying, why is President Kiir not coming up and addressing this on live TV, SSTV? Why did it take the government too long to talk about this issue? And why is the government not shutting down oil? These were the comments in this post. I tried to find that post. That post has been removed by the government. So you can see the government is not too happy that people are making massive noise.
You said the government passed away, or I didn't hear you well.
Yeah, I think it was Timange who.
I was just saying maybe. What if the president pass away, or maybe something need to be done underground.
Okay,
Or in the dark.
we want to make sure because people are
I just say
listening.
maybe. I just say what if a president died, or maybe he want to plan something himself, or he's sick and he want to hand over the leadership. This was an example.
Okay, we don't want people to listen and then run around saying, "Oh, we heard this there." So thank you.
No, but it's a possibility, and I do think it definitely is a big possibility for sure. Because why would President Kiir not address the country on live TV? I mean, the ambassador of Sudan have addressed South Sudanese on national TV, but the president of South Sudan have not, as far as I know, right? So I think those are the things that I sort of wanted to chime in terms of the organization that shut this down, National Communication Authority. I've been very suspicious of that organization for a very long time, to be honest, because Akol Kor is one of the people who's on the board of that company. And it does not make sense when a national security director is on the board of a communication authority. To me, that screams surveillance, that screams, the alarms are going off in my head, because why would you want to be on the board of that company or that organization? You're supervising telecommunication companies, So I think it's unfortunate. I think in terms of disarmament, I think South Sudan should not go through disarmament at the moment. How can you go through disarmament? I mean, the government of South Sudan, how can they disarm people when there is so much insecurity, when there is so much, chaos in Sudan, and yet the government is not even protecting its own citizens? And we have seen in Sudan situation, they've not actually gone in and take out their citizens. So to me, I don't understand why they would do that. I think whether they want South Sudanese to be a sitting duck so that they can be massacred and genocided of South Sudan, and then these people, politicians in Juba, they can flee to Europe, or not to Europe, but to Middle East. If that is the strategy, then it makes sense. But I don't see why would they think that, considering the security situation of the country, we are really in a vulnerable position as a country. So I don't know why they would think and even consider disarmament. And the people who they should be disarming is Sudan government. It's RSF. So those are my thoughts. But yeah, President Kiir need to come out and address the people, and people are very angry, guys. And I think if this issue is not handled properly, and I think the government has not handled it properly. You look at now, even when President Kiir finally wrote his statement on Friday, it was not even Friday morning; it was Friday night, after people have been protesting, and the word allegedly was used by the president. He said this crime, inhumane crime, happened. He admitted that, but then said allegedly committed. In fact, they even spelled the word allegedly wrong. I mean, this is how absurd it is. And they said that, allegedly committed by Sudan Armed Forces. And that really, and if you go read the comments, for the post that they have not deleted, you just read the comments. How do people feel? People are not happy. And so these protests, they can really turn around and go to Juba. They can really turn around and go to J1. Because there is no, and if the government has said, you know what, we're going to deploy troops in Sudan and go and take out some citizens, and we are shutting down the oil, I don't think there will be protests in South Sudan. And and if people go to the street, they will go to the street to sign up and join the military, but they will not be protesting. But now it looks like the government really care about oil more than the people of the country. So, and now you're also dealing with two sanctioned people. You're doing business with them. You're evading. Your South Sudan government is evading sanctions. How is that going to go down with the U.S. government? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. So those are my thoughts, Joseph. I don't know whether having fiber optics is not going to help our situation at the moment. I think people need to get
used to having VPNs, on their phones, and because if you have VPN, you can connect to other countries, and then you can still have access. And use other platform like Twitter, like X, for example. Use Twitter in South Sudan. I don't know why they're only banning 2 platforms anyway. So there's many other platforms out there, especially like something like X or formerly Twitter. I think it's probably one of the best platforms so far anyway. So yeah, people need to get used to using VPN and all these other platforms other than TikTok and
Mr. Topic.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. So what is your input in that? What makes you believe that the government come with this radical decision by trying to shut down Facebook, TikTok, and how come it's still not shut down right now as we speak?
Yeah, I think it's hard. I mean, they may have to, write to these companies, to and request them to block them, block or geo block their country, South Sudan. So I think that could happen. I think what's going on, the protests in South Sudan, I think that might be the reason. To be honest, there's so many protests, guys, in South Sudan. In Payam, there's so many protests, and people, of course, have been arrested and all this stuff. So I think they do want to slow down the spread of information. Things happen, and you get sent videos and what have you. So maybe that's why they want to shut this platform down. So yeah, I don't think they're doing it for the we care about you guys and this and this. I don't think so. I think the fact that President Kiir not come out, I think that is worrisome, to be honest. To come on live TV, because I think people need not just proof of life, but but I think this is a big issue, and it needs more than a statement. It needs addressing from the president. So it's really concerning, the fact that he has not come out even now. Unless if he came out after Saturday, then sure. But as far as I know, I don't think he has come out, and yet people are protesting everywhere in South Sudan. So yeah, I don't know. It's hard to know exactly their reasoning and their rationale. There's only 2 platforms so far. So what about the other platforms as well? Could it be other reasons? It could be they're not blocking, Clubhouse and other platforms like X, for example. So I don't know why they're only blocking Facebook. But the government uses Facebook to communicate. So how is the government going to communicate with the people? And right now, as I said, on Thursday, when they wrote the statement, was published on Facebook. On Friday, when President Kiir finally spoke out on a statement, it was published on Facebook. How are you gonna communicate now with the public? You see, if you're in the village, you can see what's going on Facebook. You can see President Kiir made a statement, or in other city in rural areas.
One second, let me play this voice if you can. Just hold on 1 second, if you can hear it, and then moderators, just 1 second. Let me play this voice. Someone just called me and sent it to me, and we all can judge it from that.
Do you think I can elevate it up a little bit more?
We cannot hear it.
What's that?
We couldn't hear it.
Because you couldn't hear it?
Yeah, play it again, but let it be loud a little bit.
Yeah. So I think that's
or
the
bring
highest
it
I
closer.
can do.
Bring it closer to your mic.
Okay. Just hold on.
انا الليله دائما بقول لكم كلام واضح وسريع، وانا ليله اي زول يحط حلق في اذانه. لينا في الثوره الشعبيه الوطنيه كمجموعه كبير جدا من شباب بتاع جنوب السودان قررنا وحددنا يوم للانتفاضه الشعبيه في جنوب السودان اللي هو يوم 14 شهر 2 الجاي. يوم 14 شهر 2 الجاي يا جنوبي لازم يكون تاريخ مفصلي بين شعب جنوب السودان الهم وبين قياده بتاع الحركه الشعبيه الفاصل، قياده بتاع الحركه الشعبيه الفاشل، قياده بتاع الحركه الشعبيه الثالث لاخر له تاريخ في جنوب السودان. عشان كده نحن بناديكم، نحن بندعوكم كل شعب جنوب السودان، كلكم لازم يوم 14 2 يوم 14 شهر 2 الجاي كلنا لازم نخرج بانتفاضه شعبيه كامل وشامل عشان نقول للعالم بصوت واحد وبيوم واحد انه نحن كجنوبيين وحنا نفوسنا واصلا ما عندنا مشكله بيناتنا في جنوب السودان، مشكله انه هو واحد بس هو الحركه الشعبيه ده، ونحن خلاص قررنا نحن كجنوبيين كلنا ما قاعدين حاجه اسمها حركه الشعبيه في تاريخ بتاع جنوب السودان ثاني. عشان كده نحن كلنا يا جنوبيين وانا بقول لكم وكرر لكم انه كلنا يوم 14 2 اي صوت جنوبي حر في جنوب السودان لازم يمرق برا، واي صوت موظف في جنوب السودان ما في صوت يمشي شغل وما في صوت يمشي اي محل في يوم 14 2 كلنا لازم نكون في الميدان، كلنا في الميادين بتاع جنوب السودان للمستوى بتاع 10 ولايات بما فيه العاصمه جوبا، للمستوى بتاع 3 الوحدات الاداريه الموجوده في جنوب السودان، وكلنا بصوت واحد نرفض حاجه اسمها الحركه الشعبيه في جنوب السودان. احنا خلاص يا جماعه احنا مشوا للفكر، احنا مشوا للفيرو، احنا مشوا لاقوى مستويات بتاع الاهانه، لان مرنا من جلاب الجوه فشينا لاسود جلاب في جنوب السودان اللي هو الجلاب الازرق، القياده بتاع الحركه الشعبيه بالقياده بتاع الرئيس الفقير، لان من هنا تصير الرئيس الفقير من هنا دخل وجه لك نظام واحد سريع يوم 14 2 1 2 اما سلمت الحكومه للشعب جنوب السودان بكل احترام وبكل ادب
انتوا سامعين؟
ai kala we chi bai ko kin bai to pingan we chi bai ko to na kin bai to ka bai ya ta ban ko ba ya wi ba gam ja ko ban yo ro le chi ran jam we chi bai ko to a chi bai ko ko kin to ka ban ya ba ban ko ya
this video been on social media for the last 3 days or 4 days. I must admit to complicated as well.
Okay, but mana that's
I heard it before. There's one time I get that somebody got his own agenda. It's the same person complicated galana dinka gal.
ku ban ya ban yo ban ya ka yo chi twan ban jum gup ya ka yo
it's not here.
let's keep let review in it. Inside information, man, let us know.
We don't want to spread something is not true. We have to confirm first, and then we come to social. We are live here. We are in YouTube. We are in Facebook, in Clubhouse. We don't want to talk about something is not true because you're gonna put the public in South Sudan in tension, and then people will be worried in South Sudan. We don't want to do that until confirm authority. We don't want to talk about it in the social media. We don't want to talk about this because it's not confirmed. You see, and I know our position there.
No, could you don't quote me.
I know. Why you said earlier, Timani, and you're repeating the same question again about this man's health. We're not talking about his health. He's healthy and he's alive and he's there in Cuba. We don't want to talk about that one because we don't want to make people panic and worry. We don't know nothing about him. He's okay until we know something else.
We don't want this to be the Eagle media to be accused that the rumor came out.
Yes. Yes, we don't want to make it at the source of the rumors. And then if this guy is out, it's a propaganda. It's just somebody talking about himself. Even who is he? His movement, what is the agenda? Who is behind him? It's just a call. And I submitted like 3 days ago. I listened to this guy. The same guy was talking in the video. He was saying, I'm a dinka kharab palat. So thank you. And I see Madid is blinking his mic. Go ahead. Madid?
Madid when?
This Majuk. Yeah.
Oh, Majuk. Okay, go ahead, Majuk.
Thank you. Joseph. Got to co-moderate us.
No, Joseph, you haven't let us have to conclude.
Is conclude, yeah.
No. Let me conclude, Joseph, because I think this is really important. So
okay, people conclude, but leave the topic about the president out, please.
Yeah, no problem.
people in rural areas, like when you talk about, like, let's say in other areas, cities, right? They need Facebook to see what's going on in the country. So even if President Kiir were to communicate, I think Dr. Nyo corrected me, he communicated on Saturday, not on Friday, not on Thursday, not on Wednesday, but on Friday, on Saturday. He was on live TV. Now, if you're in a rural area who don't have access to live TV, you have only a Facebook, how are you going to access, how are you going to see what the president is saying? Okay, that's really important. The other point is, I remember, you guys know, when Tiger Division Commander Lalmarori was fired, he resigned first, actually, and then they fired him. And 1 week prior, before being fired, it was on social media that he was going to be fired and who was going to replace him. It was been circulating on social media. People were talking about it. The government came out as PDF spokesperson. He came out, said these are rumors, nonsense, false. 1 week later, less than 1 week later, he had to admit that the rumors are indeed true, and the person who was going to replace him are true. So I think the South Sudan government, a lot of times you don't get the truth from them. So I don't think we should be relying too much on what they say, to be honest. But my point is that people in rural areas need Facebook to actually communicate. TikTok, not so much, but Facebook, they need Facebook, and to also see what President Kiir is saying as well, what the government is saying. Why they want to shut that down, I don't think it's going to be a good thing at all, regardless of what's going on, scenario is going on. So yeah, thanks so much, Trabi and Joseph. Back to you guys.
Thank you. Majak, go ahead. Majuk.
Thank you so much, Joseph, my co-moderators, the participants on the podium, the audience. First of all, allow me to appreciate the moderators. Thank you so much for keeping room strict and focal redirect the speakers to the topic. Actually, most of you have exhausted most of the points which are supposed to be touched base on, but I will not add much, but I will touch few things which were actually mentioned before. All of us, we are questioning ourselves, what prompted the government to come up with such decision? And we are trying to assume and actually share our thoughts in regard to the question at hand. I spoke earlier.
Kalam fi Juba wala shunu? Or is it my network?
Yeah,
I can hear him.
Majuk.
I'm not in Juba. Am I not clear?
No, we can hear you now.
Yeah, you're good now. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Yeah, actually, Facebook is the only platform now where you can find a South Sudanese expressing himself or herself adequately without fear of contradiction, and most especially those in the diaspora, and some fearless and brave men and women in Juba. But if the government came up with such policies, and up to now Facebook, TikToks are still on in Juba, then there are some questions also on our mind. Is the document authentic? Number two, if the document is authentic, then maybe the decision was made at rush without consultation from the higher authorities. And after the higher authorities actually realize that there is something happening and citizens are uncomfortable with it, then maybe they might have contacted the National Communication Authority to suspend it.
Joseph, your mic is on there.
Thank you. To allow proper consultations and also to come up with the reasons as to why we should suspend or ban TikTok and Facebook for 3 months. Secondly, if that is not the case, then our government is trying to test the patience of its citizens by giving us what is not supposed to be intention. Then after seeing the reaction from the citizens, then they withhold back. Like some of the decisions of time back, government can impose something. One citizen rise up and oppose it and condemn it. You see government actually reconsider its position. If that is not the case, then there must be a pressure from Sudan's leadership, because our people are being threatened because of oil and all that. And the choice could be possibly for our government to choose between the citizen, the life of human being, and the oil. So up to tomorrow, we will see what will happen. Others are making jokes, maybe there is second cholera or all that. But the government cannot come out and make such announcement without proper arrangement in place. So it's either the NCPA has been called by the top leadership and told them to oppose the ban, at least to allow proper consultation. Otherwise, whoever came up with that idea at this critical hour is the enemy of the people of South Sudan. Why? Our people are being slaughtered like non-living thing in Sudan. And the thing came to life for the last 2 weeks. This will be the 3rd week. And the only platform where South Sudanese have access to see what is happening in Sudan is through social media. Because of our embassy in Sudan, I don't think whether they are even providing the proper information to the government of South Sudan. So even our government was actually sleeping. They were awakened by media calls from citizens. So if our government is actually mindful about the life of citizens, this is not the right time for them to ban social media. It is the right time for them actually to make use of social media properly, to project this horrific and inhuman act to the world, so that the world will see and world can condemn adequately and impose sanctions like what the US did last week. But it is tragic for our government to be mindful about what is happening, the response of the citizens in opposed to what they're supposed to say against the killers of their citizens. So, fellow countrymen and women, we have talked a lot on this platform or on this street called Clubhouse, Facebook, and TikTok. But nothing is happening. And all of you have full information more than those in Juba. Because somebody who is viewing what is happening in the house through window can see properly than somebody who is inside the house. You know much more than those who are in Juba now. And we are in critical condition currently. We don't even know whether we'll reach at the end of 2025, whether we'll reach at the election. To those who are talking about how the president is and all that, we should not talk about it now. We just let it slide and focus much on advocating for our government to rescue the people in Sudan. Majority of them women, children, and elderly people are still now in Sudan. But our government still have no any alternative for an urgent plan on how to rescue these people. And this is a very big concern and a very big threat to our country. The time our citizens responded and they went to the market in a very immoral and unethical manner of looting. And that tells you that there is people are starving in the country. That's why they turn revenge killing into looting. So what happened in Darfur? I think most of you have seen that clip. I received that clip last night. And I could not sleep. You cannot tie human beings and lay them down, then you run the whole truck over them, including disabled people, including children. It is really tragic. But our government could come out and tell us they are banning all this and that because we are fueling we are inciting, using some terms which are not even applicable to our situation now. And they are not even talking to the soldiers that recorded the dead people and share them on social media. Those who recorded them are not South Sudanese. They're Sudanese. The right people to warn their citizens are Sudanese, not us. We are receiving aid. We just received what is being posted on social media. And we are urging our government to act appropriately. But otherwise, none of South Sudanese is happy with what is happening in Sudan. Lastly, our government has mastered one thing. I said in one of my videos. Our government has learned that we South Sudanese, we have a monkey thoughts. We can talk of one thing today, and tomorrow, if anything pop up on Facebook or TikTok or this social platform called a Clubhouse, then we will abandon the topic of yesterday and we pick up the topic of today. So this is the difficult challenge, and that's why our government is playing with us around. They brought this idea of banning so that we focus much and forget the critical issue of our people being massacred, killed and slaughtered in Sudan, so that we can have a little bit rest. Then they continue taking the oil money. People will serve the nation and they will leave. You will gain all the money in the world and you will still die. But the country remains. Whoever serving South Sudan now will still go, and South Sudan will remain there. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. And let's keep talking.
Thank you, Majak. Sister Rebecca, welcome. I invite you. I invite you to come and talk about the social media issue in South Sudan. So go ahead, take the microphone.
Welcome,
Yeah.
Rebecca.
Thank you. Shukran. Malaysia, I was busy. Diamond, when we talk about things sensitive like that, I'm not guarding him. So that's why. I cannot say everybody's doing their homework. I have some time alone. First of all, South Sudan, Eagle Media, wait to come out. Malaysia, I greet people in Dinka, so don't panic, and then later I'll speak in a kind of formal language. So Josephine Jamat, Kudwa Aldo Sudani, أستاذ التيم قمت المعلم وفي التبجيلة كدوا ألدو جماعت ترابين جماعت مجوكي جماعت كدوا ألدو متكتك كدوا ألدو جماعت مونياني جماعت تيماني أتاك كدوا ألدو نكيك ويجا جماعتو دي كلكم ناس التهد والناس هيستمعوا بالغرفة أنا بسلمكم كلكم بمقاماتكم الموقرة مع حفظ البروتوكولات وأسعد الله أوقاتكم أينما كنتم. طبعا التوبيك واضح عن دايركت ما حاجة داير له 2 3 عشان زول يتكلم عن حاجة تاني. In South Sudan they banned Facebook and TikTok in South Sudan as a government. كلنا إحنا عندنا إحساس إنه حاجة ده حصل مع الأحداث اللي زامنت بإنه أهلنا قتلوهم في ود مدني هنا ده أو إلى الجزيرة في شمال السودان. فكان رياكتهم بتاع الجنوبيين حكومة did not want to let us escalate the problem. الناس زي وني مورا مثلا زي دي هنا ده طبعا حاجات لأنه كلنا بنعرف مشوا هنا ده كاكين وكسروا حاجات بتاع الشماليين they were condemned by the community, by every social aspect, and by the government. وحكومة did not want us إحنا نطلع مظاهرات. فهنا بنشعر إنه زي كأنه ده مواصل لحكومة يسكت صوتنا عشان كده طلع فيسبوك من هنا ده من جنوب السودان. ده توقعاتنا إحنا كلنا شعارين ده الحاصل برغم إنه حكومة طلع وجاء برا كيف. So إحنا لما نشوف نيتشر بتاع حكومات والنيتشر الإقليمي لحكومات اللي عندنا تصرفات زي ده بالنسبة لهم دايما طبيعية. مثلا في مصر it was time that yahoo.com for the email, it was banned. And I think some countries now, they don't use Yahoo. I think Saudi is one of them. And it was time Instagram ما في دول معين and just like that بيشعروا بإنهم عندهم الحق إنه يمنعوا حاجة معينة أو يدخلوا شيء معين. ولأول مرة أمريكا كانت توقف التيك توك. And then it was some hours, that was last week. And then this week actually. And then هنا رجعوا التيك توك. فتصرفات زي دي الغادة ما محبذة لكن it is in the reach of the power. حاجة ده بيعملوه أصلا. But ليه إحنا بنقول إنه إحنا لسه دايرين فيسبوك especially فيسبوك that's what I would say. يعني ده مين بتاع communication مع ناس بتاع يعني شوف أوكي إحنا ما عندنا مواهب في جنوب السودان لمدة 13 months plus. الناس دي ما بيصرفوا ماهير. ناس اللي عايشين على عاتق ناس قاعدين برا البلد. الناس اللي عندهم عالم في أمريكا في أستراليا كندا يعني تلقى إنه في family member is committed بيرسل لك $100-200 كل شهر and they respond to all the emergencies. لو في زول عيان لو في مصاريف بتاع عيال في مدارس ولا في تغيير بتاع بيت تأجروا بيت تدفع مقدم حاجات زي ده. So that person عشان يتكلم مع أهله اللي هناك is more convenience إنه هنا نتواصل معاهم بواتساب نتواصل معاهم بفيسبوك more than anything else. فلما أنت تشيل مثلا فيسبوك من زول زي ده اللي هو أصلا ما عنده مصدر دخل أنت بتتوقع على الناس اللي بيبرر هم يرسلوا له قروش عشان هنا ده. أنه هنا عارفين مكالمات لجنوب السودان مكلفة جدا جدا. فهنا ما بنشوف إنه حكومة من حقها إنه يصعب لنا الحياة بطريقة زي ده. To the point we are going to pay even more while we haven't taken care of people that are working or they're capable of work and then you are not even paying them. ده حاجة هنا بنقول إنه ما في حاجة بخلي فيسبوك ما يرجعوها. نمبر 2 حاجة ده بيخلي الشعب بيلهم عن الحياة. When they see things from outside يعني one of the things كان عندنا زمن ده عدد كبير من النساء ما بيعرفوا يكتبوا يقروا. نفس النسوان دي هسه لما نشوفهم في فيسبوك they are interacting and even the reading and writing skills start just like improve a little bit. ولما نزول يتعامل مع هنا ده وسائل الاتصال زي ده في ميديا هنا ده التواصل الاجتماعي بيساعد enlighten them يعني بيكون ناس أكثر ثقافة أكثر حضارة أكثر المامن بإنه في حاجة الحاصل ببرا because هنا we are not an island that في راي بتاعي should not be taken away from مواطنين بتاعنا especially بعد ما هم تعودوا على كده. في زول قبل بيتكلم عن الثين ده دكتور لارجن كان بيقول تيك توك وفيسبوك بيخلي عيال ما يكونوا مؤدبين. هنا ده ما مسؤولية بتاع الدولة ده عشان كده في حاجة اسمه parenting شفته and then when parents are not responsible في حاجة اسمه uncle and aunt في حاجة اسمه grandparents في حاجة اسمه أستاذ شفته في حاجة اسمه your big brother or the big sister. دي الناس اللي بيقول لك okay your screen time need to be limited because it ما active في حياة. Your homework is not done because it's في تيك توك every day. ده ما مسؤولية بتاع حكومة is not gonna just بيطلع تيك توك حتى لو مفيد للناس عشان في عيال هيكونوا ما مؤدبين. ده is just like ما بيحصل. It's not like that. حاجة بتاع ده زي الوزن بتاع زي ده. and then when احنا نشوف nature بتاع حكام بتاعنا ابتداء من سيد الرئيس
man yan dung yang tin na ke mukula hukuma mukula ngadia
مسؤولية الفاميلي
ايوه اكيد لا تنga kada ngaja tinga wi ba liru mutana
sure yeah فالأسرة هي بتربي عشان كده في حاجة اسمه parenting في حاجة اسمه أم وأبو ومرأة أبو في حاجة اسمه خالة وحبوبة وجماعة ديل كلهم ده وظيفتهم أصلا الأساسية إنه يكون في مجتمع في وحدة أسرية صحيحة بما فيهم العيال إنه هم how to bring them up. لما نشوف nature بتاع الرئيس بتاعنا سعادة رئيس الفقير ميادي، يعني زور عسكري له أكثر من 40 سنة هو عسكري، فلما يجيب قرارات عسكرية زي ده he doesn't feel like إنه is out of scope of practice. يعني appointment disappointment منو رسلوا بين منو حولوا بين شنو شيل فيسبوك دخل فيسبوك حاجات زي ده طبيعي جدا جدا to how he live life and how he practice his things. من واجب بتاعنا إنه الصوت بتاعنا يعلى. We want Facebook back if not anything else, and we want TikTok back. غير إنه حاصل شنو هناك because في واحد من الناس قال if we were the الشعب اللي إحنا بنمشي نضبح ناس وندخلهم في فيسبوك ندخل دولة في جرجرة yeah that can be a punishment or even just de-escalating, but إحنا مطلقين إحنا ناس بيطبحهم بخطوهم هناك so who should punish their شعب؟ إحنا should not be punished because أهلنا بيسووهم. another thing وده آخر النقطة بتاعتي، فعلا الإيمجز اللي كان حصل في الفترة اللي فاتت ده مزعج جدا جدا بطريقة even علمية I would say that traumatizing. That is a trauma kind of provoking things، وعشان كده الشعب زعلان جدا جدا. فاحتمال الرئيس بيشوف إنه حاجة ده المفروض يقفلوها أساس إنه just to reduce the amount of trauma. But سيد الرئيس is even more traumatic to know إنه حاجة زي ده ممكن حاصل وإحنا ما عارفين. شفته؟ For us not even to know إنه حاجة ده حاصل كيف ولو حاصل أو ما حاصل is even more traumatizing because الرسالة وصلتنا بجد إنه الناس دي they're targeting أهلنا وإحنا ما عارفين إنه الناس دي وقفوا إنه الناس دي الليمت بتاعهم كيف or they're going to continue. فما دام في مفاوضات وفي إنه هنا ده يكون في تبادل بتاع اللاجئين ما بين بعض وأي حاجة بيحصل مثلا UN هيدخل ولا ناس دول هيقرروا هنا ده الشعب ما هيعرف حاجة ده إلا بفيسبوك. that will reduce even the amount of trauma. لكن لما حاجة ده يقفلوا منهم كله وهم يكون عندهم إحساس يمكن شيء ده حاصل هم ما عارفين and they don't know how to react ده بيفجر ثورة. وده كلامي الأخير. thanks.
Manya, there is something you said la Dr. Bakir anangar bayin sanna fi usul fi kadang fi askriya la. Take it simply from 1950 something 56 is the man betanya ya one. Lakin let us assume he joined in 1960. From 1916 up to now, we're supposed to say who fi askriya for 5 years or 6 years. عشان جنوبين يفهم كويس. This person has been في سلطة بتاع عسكرية for more than 60 years or 65 years. ذوق بين دتين كنا شرع له لو يتقول 40 كي نوضا بويلا واني 2010. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, at least 40 years. Because at least 40 years. Yeah, but it's just بحسابات بتاعتك. Yes, it's 60 something years. فلما يدي أوامر يخلي أوامر يطبقوا. That is the nature of his living. Thank you, moderators. You gave me my green back. I thought I lost the privilege because أنا جيت متأخر وأنا طلعت. But thank you that you deserve this for me. أنت بتجامل.
Yeah, thank you so much, Teresa. Rebecca. Yeah, you said. I'm gonna go to Akeja and Sudani. Are you there? Sudani. Okay, Travi.
No, pass the line, Joseph.
No, not a line. I want to take care of the room. I'm going to make some phone call. I'll come back.
Okay. Yeah, for a minute, it's okay. Yeah.
Akeja, go ahead.
Okay. شكرا يا جماعة يا جنوبين. أنا بسلم عليكم كلكم فوق والتحت. السلام عليكم. طبعا في استفدنا من كلامنا قبل شوية الروم بتاعت اسمه شنو